Hello, this is Nicole with Angelic Therapy and Healing. Welcome. For those of you that are new, welcome to the channel. Glad to have you here. For all of my loyal subscribers, welcome back. Glad to have you all here. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for being so awesome. Thank you for all of your support. I love you all so much. Thank you to everyone who has made donations. I know recent donations have come through from Marilyn, Jeanette, Lorraine, Regina, Sandra, Lisa. If I forgot anyone, please forgive me. And Lisa out in Vegas, you have blown me away with your generosity of making multiple donations. So I'm going to do a 15-minute reading for you. I will be sending you a message, so stay tuned for that. We'll get that scheduled. For everyone else, thank you so much for your generosity and your kindness. It does mean the world to me. I really appreciate it. And to everyone, thank you for being so great. Again, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for all of your comments. I do love hearing how these videos help all of you with your journeys. It is what keeps me going, especially at times when my life is just as chaotic as all of yours and burning the candle at both ends. And I have my mother who keeps telling me, stop doing those readings for a while. You don't have time for that. But I continue to do it because I know that it's helping all of you. And I love hearing how it does help you with your journeys and assist you as all of us are going through all this chaotic time of transition and everything that we're undergoing. So thank you for your feedback and your comments. It does mean the world to me. Now, as far as private readings, I am booked with current clients through the end of the year. I'm going to take a couple weeks off to enjoy the holidays with my family. I will be opening back up in January. When I do that, I will open up to everyone. Stay tuned. I will make an announcement in readings in January of when that will be and where to go and all that information. Now, before we get started, actually make sure this is recording. Excellent. Now, before we get started, angels were already popping through with some general messages for everyone. So they were saying, first off, to be patient and kind and loving of others as well as yourself, especially during this time when we're all extremely busy and we just don't have the time to have anything else added to our schedules. Sometimes things happen that we may not understand. Like we may have some extra delay and be totally frustrated with it because it's time that we don't have time for delays. But it's just a time to take a deep breath and relax, because there may be things going on that you're not aware of. Or maybe it's part of a lesson, like something silly that happened with me today. So I was at the grocery store, I was at Meijer and picking some stuff up, and I get out to the car and I'm loading things into the car, and then I see this little Yankee Candle wax warmer melt thing in the bottom of my cart that did not get rung up by the cashier when we were having everything run up. And so I was so frustrated because I had so much to get done today. I had also, back was bothering me, feet, I had all these errands to run. I needed to get home, sit down, get this reading started for you guys. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have time to deal with going into the store to pay $1.60 for this. But I did. So I had to walk back into the store and do that. So the thing to remember, I mean, it was even a lesson for me in patience, but there's always a reason for something. We may not know the reason. So like when I was at the store and I was exiting, this man was there with his son, and his son was not pleased about shopping. He was melting down, totally losing it all. And when I came back in to pay for my little wax melt, he was still not a happy camper, and I was checking out in the lane right next to them. And his son looked over at me, and he just kind of smiled and got a big happy smile, and he calmed down, he relaxed. So another thing to keep in mind is you may have a delay with something. It might be a lesson for you. It might be something to test your patience. Make sure you've passed that lesson. It may be a delay for all you know that's going to keep you from having a car accident or something. Or it may be an opportunity for you to go in and share your light and love with others. Because if you are a twin flame or a twin soul or any light worker, young children as well as animals can see what you are spiritually. Kind of like when a dog is around a person that maybe is of a lower vibration, the hair will stand up and they get kind of aggressive. But you may bring some peace, some comfort, some calm to them. May also be, particularly if you're a twin, you'll often have strangers coming up to you that just want to talk to you, and they'll tell you, oh, I just love talking to you so much. You make me calm. You help me relax. You help me when I'm stressed, and I don't know what it is about you. So you may find you're going to have some delays during this holiday season, and it has nothing to do with you. It has what you have to offer for others to help calm them down, to help bring them some peace, to help bring them some comfort. So just hang in there, because things are going to pop up, and it's okay. Now, the other thing you're saying is, as far as delays, I know in life, many of you have been frustrated because there have been a lot of delays in all areas, from love to work to moving, relocation, all different things, court battles. But they want you to know that the delays are about to be over. So 2017 was a year of completion for twin flames, as well as twin souls. So twins, although 2017 is a universal year of one, which is new beginnings, but collectively those new beginnings really didn't start to manifest for people until October this year. For twins, 2017 is a year of completion, meaning our new year, our new beginnings are in 2018. In order to have new beginnings, there must be completions. And collectively, everyone has had to have completions, which is why it's been so intense for everyone most of this year, because in order to have the collectively fresh starts, new beginnings this fall, all previous chapters had to be closed and ended. But for many of you, you're frustrated because you're like, oh my gosh, when's this stuff going to finally be over? We're almost there. Almost there, but that's why you are feeling a lot of intensity right now. Some of you are feeling anxiety, and you don't really know why, but it's okay because your soul knows, and your soul's excited. Your soul's excited about these new beginnings, these fresh starts, these things that are going to be happening, these things that you've been in preparation for all year long, and for some of you that you have been preparing for since, they're saying 2012. So you've been preparing, you've been praying too. It takes a lot of prayers to get through what we've all been going through. You've been praying, you've been preparing, you've been getting ready. God is about to bless you with some miracles. Just hang in there. You're almost there. Now, what that means for these new beginnings, for these delays to be over, for the culmination, for this beginning of your fresh starts, all these things you've been asking for. No joke, everything and anything that has not been serving you, that has not been for your highest good, everything that you have been divinely guided to get rid of, from people to exes to situations to jobs, everything that you've been working on having exit your life, the pressure will be really amped up this month to finally be done with it, because you cannot have the new beginning if you're still holding on to the old. And most of you are being divinely guided in these things. So you have a lot of help, but this is the month. This is the month to culminate. This is the month to finally be done. So a lot of you are going to be receiving the divorce papers. Everything's going to be signed over. You're going to be receiving the disposition for the legal suit that you've been going through. You're going to be receiving the approval to start your new business. You're going to be getting the approval for the new home, for your relocation. You're going to be getting the green light in, some of you hearing from, some of you, it's getting rid of ex-lovers that you've been holding on and hanging on to so you can move forward with your twin in January. But like the finally being done with that ex, it's all culminating. Those feelings, those things that you have to let go of, it's all culminating this month. But that means you have to put the work in this month. So what we are going to do to help everyone is we are going to do a little bit of a special reading. Now, this reading is actually going to be for the entire month of December, because the holidays are crazy for all of us, me included, and everybody needs time to take care of their holidays, spend time with their family. I'm going to be doing the same as well. We all have culminations and completions we're working on. I get to do that as well. So this reading, it's going to be a little lengthy, but it is going to cover, we're going to touch on every astrological sign, on the things that were your big lessons for 2017, what were your challenges and blocks to learning that lesson, to accomplishing, to overcoming that so you can move forward, and then what they're recommending for you this month. So we're going to break that down by each astrological sign to kind of hone in and give you guys some specifics to help you so that this month you can, on top of dealing with all your holiday cards and visiting with family and celebrating the new year, you can also squeeze in this work so that you are really ready for a magical new year. And start getting these out of the way. The other thing they're saying is for some of you, it's time to get your sparkle back. So with the table decorations, try to get them out of the way. Okay. One of the decorations we have is this lovely little tree, and I love it. I don't know if you guys can see the glitter, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Now for some of you, all these changes that you've been going through have really stressed you out, have really made you start to doubt the new beginnings, doubt yourself, doubt your worth, doubt your value. They have brought your energy down, brought you to a state of sadness, a state of sorrow, a state of despair. For some of you, it has caused you to lose your sparkle, that joy for life, that zest, that excitement, because you're like, damn, is this ever going to be over? I don't think I can take any more of this. I am really at my breaking point. Like, God, if you wanted to see me break, you have got me there, because I'm about to break. I cannot do any more. And with that, being at that point, many of you, your sparkle, it's just kind of not there. But they want to help you bring your sparkle back. So know that in this final month, as they are helping you with these culminations, they are going to help you bring your sparkle back. Now, you do need to try and help yourself a little bit. So allow yourself to have a little bit of time for fun with family. Let those worries be taken over by God. Because let's be honest, some of us are dealing with some really, really big stuff. But God's got your back. So those of you that are going through some huge changes, you know that's divinely guided and led. You do have an entire team helping you. Allow them to help you. Use this final month so that you're ready and you're prepared and you've got your sparkle back, got your shine back, and you're ready for 2018. So for those of you celebrating Christmas, I do wish you all a very Merry Christmas. For those celebrating, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and everyone worldwide, we're all going to be celebrating the Happy New Year because we're all ready for some joy. We're all ready for some bliss. We're all ready for these headaches to finally, for the love of God, to be over and behind us. So, Happy New Year. I hope you all have an amazing time, safe time. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your friends. And without further ado, we are going to go ahead and get started. We're going to start with Capricorn. Now, I have pulled the cards, and you guys are going to get to see why, because there are a bunch of cards for everyone. Those, yes, okay. So those are Cappies. And for those of you that like to know what cards we're using, I will post them down below. So there's the information box below. You guys can just check that out, and they'll all be down there for you. Okay, so let's see, Cappies, what they've got for you. Okay. Oh, and for those of you that are watching, if you could be the amazing subscribers that you are, and please timestamp these for me below. They are going to be going in order of the year, so we're going to start ourselves with Cappy, Aquarius, Pisces, Aries, Taurus, Gemini, yada, 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 and we're going to work through the end of the year. Sagittarius. By the way, happy birthday, Saggies. It is your time of the year, and you guys are actually going to have a magical 2018 because Saturn is finally leaving your sign. It's been causing you some heartache and trials for, I believe, 3 years now. So your mess is about to be over. Okay, make sure you guys can see these. Excellent. Okay, so what we have, these are primary lessons that you were to learn in 2017. What is blocking you, and then what they're recommending this month in December. Now, I'm not going to be going into super details on every card like I typically do because I don't want to be here for 5 hours, and I know you guys don't want to either. So we're going to touch on the highlights with the messages that they are saying that you need to have. Okay, so the first card that you have, Cappies, is treasure your loved ones. It is important to love others deeply. Now, if you can see that, you have this woman holding her child. Looks like they're reading. There's these hands. You've got the earth suspended above them in like a teardrop. Actually, okay. We're going to cover all of them, they're saying. And then we'll go over your messages overall. Then you have the card walking away. And this is, you know, you can see that she's turned away. She's walking into the unknown. It's all misty. Things aren't visible. She can't really see things. Things are not clear. She's going to be walking behind, closing that gate behind her. So this is ending a long-term relationship, a long-term marriage, a long-term partnership. Now, okay, come back to that. But she's leaving, closing, done, finished, finale. And then you have the 10 of Ariel. And at the bottom it says, there is so very much to be grateful for. Financial success and the promise of retirement, a rich and rewarding family life. That is a 10, okay. So they were saying you have 2 repeater numbers. So you have 2 10s. You have the 10 on this card, you have the 10 there. So 2 10s, okay, is the ending of a relationship. And that would be what you are leaving, you're walking away from. Now, again, these are big lessons. These are the primary lessons, things that you were learning in 2017. And the reason we come to Earth is to learn things, to grow, to evolve, to become better, more spectacular us's. So, for some of you, 2017 was a year to repair the relationship with your mother. You see, you've got this mother with this child. Now, for some of you, also something that you have learned, and for some of you, it's something that you've learned by having to let this partner, this spouse go, this lover go, is to handle relationships with care and with gentleness and with appreciation. You see that there's these 2 hands, and they're holding the mother and child, and there's almost like, it's like a teardrop. So for many of you, okay, so they're saying for most of you, 2017 is a year to heal the relationship with your mother. That's the lesson with that. For others of you, you've had this relationship end. For some of you, it's not officially done yet, but that is your big key lesson, your big key takeaway for 2017 was to finally end this relationship with someone. For many of you, it's been going on for many years, if not your entire adulthood. But that relationship was filled with a lot of tears, a lot of heartache, a lot of sorrow. But as a result of that, what some of you have learned now, which will benefit a future partner, a future lover, for some of you, you will be getting married with someone else, your future partner. But it has taught you to be gentle. See, they're like in these 2 hands, loving hands, supportive hands, appreciative hands. So you have learned that when someone matters to you, to show them love, to show them appreciation, to be gentle and kind and caring and considerate with them. Because for some, I guess it's a small number of you, we repeat patterns and things that we've been taught by our parents. So for some of you, your mother may have been very harsh. You may have had a very strained relationship with your mother. Now, it could have been with your father as well. But again, for some of you, it's repeated, you're the woman, and it's repeated behaviors that you had learned from your mother. Very harsh, very cold, not truly opening up, showing warmth. But with the healing that you've done, you have come to a place to now, because for those of you that this relationship, it's been toxic, they're saying, for years. So it's not like you have this tremendous heartbreak, because they're saying for many of you, your heart's healed a long time ago. For some of you, there's even been like external parties already, or have been multiple times. But with healing relationship with your mother, you have now healed yourself. And you're seeing trends. So you're seeing that, okay, in the future, when I do feel a connection with someone, I do want to sustain and maintain that relationship and grow it, deepen that bond, I will show them the love and appreciation that I would have liked to have as a child. So, that's for a small number of you. Now, for many of you, okay, for all of okay, so they're saying pretty much all of you. There is the relationship that you are leaving, that you are walking away from. Now, for a few of you, it could be a job, because Ten of Ariel, this is all about money. It's all about finances. Now, financial success, you know, being thankful for the financial success we have. It can also be about, you know, a family life that's rewarding. So for some of you, it could be leaving a career, leaving a business to start something new. But for most of you, it's leaving a relationship that was founded on money, founded on finances. But what you have learned this year is that you are at a good place financially. I mean, it's 10 of Ariel, 10 of coins. It's all about financial success, having a lot of money to be thankful for. And you see at this table, there's two friends speaking. There's two ladies having a conversation, and there's these two kids playing in the background. So for many of you, you have in 2017 come to a place of knowing that you're financially successful, knowing that you don't need to rely on anyone else any longer for your finances. You have come into your own. You've also come into a place for some of you that you can support your children on your own. You don't need to rely on anyone. Now, the thing that has kept you stuck, that has caused you challenges with learning your lessons, is you have milk and honey. And yeah, you guys can see those. Okay. So it's got this little elephant in here swimming around. And this is all about prosperity, opportunities, things that are born from authenticity, the ability to be nurturing our abundance. Trusting that our needs are going to be met, trusting that we're going to be taken care of. It's also about a sweet time in life. It's about sensuality and connection and passion and romance. As you see this elephant, he's just frolicking around. Just enjoys the way that feels. Oh, it feels so great. It's also about sensuality. But it can be about turning toward pleasures and comforts as a means to escape what is really going on. And so for some of you, that is what has been a challenge. So for some, you needed to end this partnership, this relationship, end things with this lover. For some of you, it could be a lover that you shared home and finances with, you shared a business with, but you were meant to end it. What was challenging you was, for some of you, you kept returning to them. Because even here, she's like looking over her shoulder. Like, okay, I'm going to leave, but is he going to chase me? Almost kind of like it's a game. Like they were just giving me images of like cat and mouse. Almost like she's tempting him to come and chase her. Doesn't want to be caught. Doesn't want to... that's weird. So saying for some of you, this is like a relationship that you don't want to be in the relationship, but you don't want him to not want you. Hopefully that makes sense to some people. But what's been blocking some of you in the challenge has been to let this person go. For some of you, it's been difficult to let them go because they're like your milk and honey. They're your comfort. They've always been there for you. For others of you, you have delayed ending it. You have delayed walking away because you have just been indulging in pleasure. Some of you, it could be sexual pleasure. Some of you could be drinking and partying. But you have been not taking the step to end it and walk away. And that's what's causing you delays. So in order to have a magical 2018, it does require you to, this is also being authentic. So for some of you, you haven't shared what you truly think and how you truly feel. You haven't been authentic. So you haven't truly shared with this person that, okay, look, I really, this isn't really working for me. I don't want this. I do like the financial benefits from it. I do like having someone that's like a friend who I can call if I need help and they come to my rescue and jump in right away. But I don't want to be with you. but you haven't communicated that. This is the throat chakra. And the throat chakra is all about, and you have to forgive my voice, I'm getting over being sick. My little nieces and nephews shared their cooties with me over Thanksgiving. And they love to share with the family. But anyhow, I need milk and honey. But throat chakra, communicating, sharing your thoughts, sharing your feelings, communicating those things. Many of you are stuck because you have not communicated with this person that, look, that I don't want this anymore. Like, really, I'm done. Some of you, they're waiting on you to make the decision. It's kind of like the ball's in your court. But some of you like enjoyed that. You haven't wanted to take that leap. But in order for you to move forward in 2018, for them to move forward, you have to walk away. It has to be done. You have to communicate that. You have to communicate what you truly desire. Because for some of you, you already actually have someone new. You haven't even communicated that to them. So for some of you, you've got this new lover, this new partner that you're trying to build a foundation and future with, but this one that you're stringing and holding them on that has been part of your life for years, you still haven't shared and communicated that with them. Now, the other thing that's holding you back, I'm going to hold this up so you guys can see all the graphics because there's a lot of details. Positive changes are on their way. A welcome relief from troubled times, traveling, or relocation. And this really is about our troubles and challenges fading away. But they're only going to fade away as we move toward new, happier horizons when we cross that bridge to the other side. It really is about leaving the past behind, leaving the troubles behind, leaving that person behind, moving toward a new future with someone else. It's also about facing our problems head on so that we can end them, we can culminate them, and we can leave. So for many of you, that has been a challenge. This whole milk and honey, delving into other things to keep from having to have this conversation, delving into other things to keep from having to face it, deal with it, and finally, for good, end it, has not been done. It's all been avoided. That is what's challenging you. That is what's blocking you from learning this lesson. This finally letting this person go. It's a toxic relationship. Now, as far as what's recommended for you, you have birthday, and at the bottom it says a significant birthday holds the answer to your question. You have God. At the bottom it says, I step out of the way and surrender any need for control in order to make room for God's healing love to flow through me and this situation. You have Archangel Michael. You're working very closely with this powerful Archangel who's protecting and guiding you through the situation. Archangel Metatron and Archangel Michael. Ask Archangel Michael to help you with this situation. And there's a prayer at the bottom of it that says, Archangel Michael, thank you for assisting me with, describe the situation. Please help me be filled with faith and peace at all times. So these are what they are recommending, Capricorns, that you do in December. You've got a number of different recommendations. First and foremost, you have the card birthday. So for some of you, this person, you see like these flowers here are kind of like drooped over, like they're wilted. This flower is kind of like thorny and prickly. It's not a rose, it's something that's prickly and thorny. For some of you, the person that you are supposed to be leaving, walking away from, that you're to be, they're saying it's a final completion because they're saying for some of you, that cat and mouse game that they were talking about earlier. For some of you, this is a person that you've been back and forth with repeatedly. You've done this cycle for years. Like it's truly a karmic lesson cycle, completely done for good, never again to be resurrected. But that person, their birthday is this month. So for some of you, they're Sagittarius. Yeah, they're saying for some of you, this is saying that they're Sagittarius. Now, many of you you've been praying for help. You've been asking for help. God and the angels, they're trying to help you. But in order for them to help you, you have got to release control. Because for some of you, you have been trying to control this situation so much that you really do have to let go. And you have to let them go. Now, Archangel Michael, he's all about strength, but Archangel Michael cuts away the stuff that is not serving us. And you look here, both of these, he's got his sword drawn. And that's what Archangel Michael does. He comes in and he cuts relationships. He cuts ties. He cuts those things that are not good for us. Those toxic things that are sucking our energy, sucking the life force out of us. This is sucking the life force out of you, Capricorn. This is very toxic. That's why they've been trying to end this for years. It is time to let it go. So Archangel Michael is asking this month, finally, let him cut you free of this person. The time has come. And Archangel Metatron, he protects the book of life. And they're saying that this month he can bring you to a state of peace and understanding, to know that these changes are destined, are fated, are meant to be. He'll also try to, so for some of you, there are unanswered questions like, well, why? Why did it end this way? Because so for some of you, although it's been a toxic relationship, it's been really bad during this final stage, for some of you this past year of trying to finally end all ties. But Archangel Metatron can help you with that. He can help you understand that. He can give you some peace. He can give you comfort. He can help you understand the changes and try to understand some of the things that aren't known to you at this time. But Archangel Metatron protects the book of life. And the book of life has all the things that are destined. So like people that do Akashic record readings, some of you, it might actually benefit you to go have somebody do an Akashic record reading for you, because they'll be able to let you know that no joke, this has been your focus for the past year, multiple years, to finally let him go or her go, because no joke, you are destined for something better. But when they read your Akashic record, they can give you those details, which for some of you will be awesome, because it'll give you some hope that, okay, cool, I can finally let this go. Because the book of life, your Akashic record, you are not destined to be with this person. And those of you in the situation, you know that. So to trust in what's meant to be, and you are meant to have something greater. But to receive that, you've got to open up your hands for God to bring it to you. And the only way to have your hands open to receive is to let go. Okay, now we are on to Aquarius. So, Aquarius, we have at the top your primary lessons for 2017, what has been blocking you or challenging you with regards to learning that lesson, and then what is recommended, the angels are recommending this month that you do. Now, first off, you have consider your foundation. You are being asked to look at how committed you are to love. And this is truly about love. You see, all these animals are partnered, they're partnered, but love doesn't have any guarantees. Love is about having complete faith. Now in this deck of cards, this is actually the last card. That one's the last one in that deck too. So for many of you, this is about a relationship ending. And it has ended with, hostilities. The next card that you have is hostilities. This man, he's very angry. He's ready to do battle. His sword is drawn. This is also about standing our ground, standing up for ourselves. And then we have Page of Michael, which would be Page of Swords in traditional tarot. Truthful, perceptive, analytical, blunt, and exciting new challenge. You have what it takes to succeed. Review contracts or documents very thoroughly. So, this is going to be about delays, something happening very rapidly, very unexpectedly. It's also about not worrying when those changes happen, because you are going to be successful by moving forward and navigating through this. You will have success. It can also be about doing our research, asking for help, communicating our plans, communicating our ideas, communicating our thoughts. So for some of you, your big lesson in 2017 was to allow this relationship. So for some of you, you had a relationship fall away this year. And you're heartbroken and you're having a very difficult time. Your defenses are up. You are on guard. It came in unexpectedly. Now, for others of you, so for some of you, a relationship that ended, some of you, it ended because there was a third party. And you're having difficulty moving on. You're having difficulty healing your heart. Some of you, you're having difficulty having faith and love. In order to open to love, we have to heal the things in the past. So what they're, and for some of you, you actually have a potential new love interest. However, because you are closed off at this time, you're not able to allow them in. So for many of you, you are learning to have faith in love again, to trust in love. For others, it is a completion of this one so that they can bring you new love. But again, the lesson is letting go what doesn't serve you, but healing so that you can take that leap of faith. For many of you, with a divine love partner that they're going to be bringing in. But when we've had heartbreak, when we've had things fall apart with someone that we've shared a home with, shared a life with, or we're planning to do that, it is difficult to heal. But that is something that they're trying to help you do this year so that you are ready for love. They're trying to restore your faith in love. They're trying to get you back to a state of knowing that, you know, people can be trusted. They can be counted on. They're trying to, what they're saying with this one is, because of things that have transpired with you, for those of you that lost someone this year, for those of you that lost someone years ago, maybe, you know, 6 years ago, your spouse cheated on you and you were still holding on to that. And now you have this divine love, this person that you could create something with, but because you still have this wall, these defenses up, you're not able to allow love in. So they're trying to help you break these barriers down this year. And for some of you, they're saying it does involve getting clarity, getting the truth, also seeing, rising above. You've got this owl. And, you know, owls rise above things. They're full of wisdom. Even when there's turbulence and there's a storm, because you can tell that you've got all these clouds, there's this storm picking up his kite. Even in the midst of the storm, we can rise above it. We can still see things, because right now, so for some of you this year, you've had some challenges because you've not been able to see the truth. You've not had the clarity that you seek. Some of you have been having challenges weathering the storm. Some of you have been very difficult, and you've bruised and battered yourselves. So for some of you, they're trying to have you come back to a place of having confidence in yourself, knowing that you can handle these things, knowing that you can weather the storm, knowing you are going to get through this. You are going to get through this. Also, trying to ask for help. Because many of you have been weathering the storm on your own. Now, as far as what's been blocking you, we have the card 52, mending. And again, this is the last card in this deck. So for many of you, this was a relationship that ended. But in order to bring in new things, we always have to have a completion, a culmination for something new. So this is about forgiveness, healing, forgiving, letting go of past arguments. Because if we don't, and also taking the time to understand, because even here you've got the clouds, So there's some stuff that you are not aware of. Even back here it's cloudy, misty behind him. So for some of you, there are some things that you are unaware of. So by, you know, they're playing with the little telephone, the cup telephone, by having those communications with each other, because for some of you, yes, they hurt you badly. But by opening up the communication channels, for some of you, you're going to be receiving some information that will help you heal. It'll help you understand. Because, and for some of you, it's a healing and mending your heart. Because if we can't heal our hearts, if we can't release things, and sometimes it's not easy if we don't have closure, but it's still imperative that we focus on healing our hearts. It's still, they're saying for many of you, the big piece is you have to forgive him. You have to forgive her. You have to forgive them for what transpired. Even if you don't have communications with them and you don't get that closure, it's still essential for you to forgive. In a couple of my videos, I've talked about forgiveness letters. Those of you in this situation, it would behoove you to go back and listen to the most recent videos where I talk about forgiveness letters and write that person a forgiveness letter. That's going to help you free yourself, release yourself, so that you can let this guard down. So they can bring in some love. Bring in love that you can count on and trust. Now, the next card we've got for blocks is the sacral chakra. That's all about intimacy, emotions, desire, life force, sexuality. It's connected to our reproductive organs. So it's also kind of about, you know, creating new beginnings, giving birth to new beginnings. Many of you have blocked yourself with all intimacy, sexual relations, relationships with anyone new. You've closed off your emotions. You've closed off your desire. For some of you, you actually have some, almost like endometriosis pain in that area. Now, the reason for that is because of the emotional trauma, the emotional experiences with your ex. Once that is healed, the pain will go away. Once that is healed, you'll also be able to open up emotionally. Open up your heart to someone new. And then you have Four of Autumn, which is Four of Coins. And at the bottom it says, manage your resources wisely, achieve a balance in how you spend and save money, help out those who are less fortunate. And this is, some of you have been comparing, okay, so this is money, but this is talking about love. So you see here, she's beautiful. She's wearing these elaborate garments. She's gorgeous. And here, she's like a pauper. She's wearing dirty, dingy clothes. Many of you are not feeling confident in yourself. Others of you, you are comparing yourself to someone else. So for some of you, maybe there was a third party. You're comparing yourself to that other person. Some of you are just beating yourself up thinking that you are not good enough. But it's time for you to remember that you're magnificent, you're amazing, you're a rock star who's sexy and gorgeous. All you need to do is heal your heart so you can open up to new love, so you can have faith, so that these big lessons of letting your wall down, letting your guard down, opening up, moving beyond the storm, having faith and love again, so that you're ready. Now, to do that, what they recommend this month, you have Healing, Healed, Healer. At the bottom it says healing energy surrounds you in this situation. Then you have Honesty. At the bottom it says I am in touch with my true feelings regarding this situation. You have Emotional Sensitivity. At the bottom it says honor and respect your deep sensitivity. You have Compassion, and at the end you have Sense of Humor. And at the bottom it says thank you for helping me see the humor in this situation so I can lovingly laugh at human nature. I am willing to view my experience in a new light in order to attract love and healing energy. Sorry, that one had glare on it. Hopefully it doesn't have glare for you. Okay, so for some of you, they're saying to recruit the assistance of a spiritual healer. So you can find someone, you see the energy here, so you can find somebody that does Reiki, quantum touch, you can find a shaman, whomever you're feeling guided to. Pray, meditate, ask that you are given some divine signs as to who you should go see for the assistance. But to get this healed and let this stuff go, some of you will need help externally. Also this month, take time to actually look at your feelings, to really be open to them. Because for some of you, you've had the guard up, like even with yourself. You haven't wanted to acknowledge your feelings. You're like, you know what? I'm just going to turn a blind eye to it. I'm going to ignore that. I feel nothing. But you need to allow yourself to feel. You see here, she's sitting in this tree and she's got her arms clutched around her heart. Many of you are feeling cold. You're feeling cut off. You're not wanting to open up. But in order to heal it, we have to feel it. So allow yourself to feel everything this month so that you are truly able to heal it. And have some compassion with yourself. Some of you are really hard on yourselves and you've really been beating yourselves up. You've not done anything wrong. You haven't. So it's time to start loving yourself. And for some of you, get some hugs. Start collecting hugs, because actually when you get a hug from somebody, it releases endorphins in your body that boost your spirits. And lastly, this is a very big, heavy situation. Not an easy thing to laugh at. What they're saying is, do something this month that will bring you joy, that will make you laugh. So if that means go to a comedy show, do that. If it means, you know, go and watch a funny movie, do that. If it means going out and celebrating and laughing with friends, do that. But do something that's going to make you laugh. Something that's going to raise your vibration. Because it's not over. You've got some great things heading your way. Uh-oh. Okay. Let me see if I can get up and get that. We're not going to edit it. Put my mic down. Stay, Miss Sally. Okay. There we go. Okay, put my mic back on. I'm not editing this. I refuse. Okay. Sorry, you guys get to hear clinking while I reset my mic. Okay. There we go. Now we should be in business. Okay. So we are on Pisces. Okay, Pisces. Forgive me for throwing your cards around. Must be a really important one for you. Okay. Oh, look at it is. God is in charge. God is always in charge. If we step back and let him deal with it, we can decrease our worries. Okay. So Pisces, across the top, as far as what your lessons this year, 2017, were, you have asked for help. And it says, what is, now I have a glare. What is it you really need help with? Be willing to allow yourself the support you need. So this really is about asking for help. Many of you are adverse to asking for help because it's almost like she's looking up at her father. So for many of you, you're like, no, I'm a grown adult. I don't need the help of anyone. But we all do. I mean, we're humans. We are very, we need the companionship of others. We need that connection with others because we thrive on that. We need that emotional connection. We need to know that we're not alone. The reason why a lot of people have anxiety is because they feel disconnected from others. They feel disconnected from God. We need that connection. But with that connection comes love. It comes help. It comes people who are going to assist us, be there for us. So for many of you, a big thing this year has been learning to allow others to assist you, to help you. Learning to, because for some of you, you haven't wanted to let people help you out of fear that they will fail you. Because it's something we do as a protective mechanism when we don't want to be hurt or we've been hurt in the past. We just take everything on our own because that mitigates our risk of someone having the opportunity to let us down and disappoint us. If we don't allow them the opportunity to even come in to assist, well, they don't have to disappoint us. But when we do that, we don't allow ourselves to have true connection. Be it with friends, be it with lovers. Letting someone close to help. And the other card that you have that's tied to that is you have community, and this is number 7. And this is all about kindred spirits. You see these 3 ladies that are there. They're getting ready. They're supporting each other. They're celebrating with each other. They're loving each other. They have a connection. They are a supportive team. So again, for many of you this year, it has been a time of growth, of opening up to other people, to allowing people to help you. And for some of you, you've been going through a lot of spiritual growth, and it's been a time to find people who are like-minded. So finding like a new tribe. Because oftentimes when we're going through spiritual awakening, things that we used to enjoy, we don't really get the same pleasure from any longer. And then we kind of feel like we're on an island, because if people aren't going through same stuff as us, we feel like we're all on our own. So it's about finding people that you connect with, having that connection, allowing them in, helping each other, caring for each other, supporting each other. And for many of you, letting them support you. Because a lot of you are the ones that are constantly giving to the others, but you're not receiving in return. Now, the next card that we have is the Star, and this is beautiful. It's a major arcana. And at the bottom it says, a dream come true, believe in yourself, the end of a difficult situation. Your dreams are going to come true, Pisces. They really are. But you have to have faith. You have to have hope. You have to know that everything's going to turn out beautifully. Everything's going to turn in your favor. These challenges you've been going through, these hardships, they will be behind you soon. You will be succeeding. This is really having our dreams come true, but also coming into balance. And I am so sorry, Pisces. I put my dinner in thinking I would get these readings done quickly, and I did not. So I'm going to have to go pull that out of the oven real quick. Give me a minute. I'm going to hopefully not have to edit this. We'll see how it turns out. But I am sorry you guys have now been interrupted twice. There must be some meaning behind it. So give me 1 second to go grab my dinner out of the oven. One moment. Maybe the Yorkies will dance for you. I don't know. Allie's sleeping on my chair. She's the mouthy one. Okay, so hopefully, Pisces, that means God has something cooking in the kitchen for you. Put this mic back on. And move the Yorkie out of the way. Okay, sorry about that. Put my dinner in the oven thinking it would maybe get me to finish these quickly. It's not happening. Okay, so your dreams are going to come true. You are going to receive the things that you desire. For some of you this year, it has been for you to come back into that state of believing and having faith. Some of you, it's also been some work in coming into balance. You see she's pouring 2 pitchers out, coming into balance. Now, as far as what has been a challenge, you have 48 poised, and this is all about, you know, being ready, having the confidence, being ready to reach for the stars. You see, like she's reaching up toward these stars, being ready for anything. So for many of you, they want to bring you your dreams. They want to bring you these stars. They want to have your dreams come true. But some of you aren't quite ready yet. You're almost there. Now, for many of you, what you're waiting to have is new love. You have love begins. This would be the Ace of Cups. And this is about, you know, love overflowing, joy overflowing, happiness, and new love. But we get that once we have healed our past hurts. So, you know, if we've had someone lie to us and cheat on us in the past, and if we haven't addressed that and healed that, so maybe we have a deep distrust of others, like, oh my gosh, all men cheat, or oh my gosh, I can't rely on women, or whatever it is that our ex did. And oftentimes if we have something that's a core wound that maybe is stemming from a past life, or maybe it's behaviors and such that we learned as a child with our parents, we will notice those things repeatedly. So maybe we repeatedly have people cheat on us, or repeatedly they're non-committal. Well, it's because there's a core wound that needs to be healed. And when that core wound is healed, you no longer attract those people. And when that core wound is healed, you can actually allow love in. And so for many of you, your dream is to marry. Your dream is to have someone to share your life with. They are working on bringing that to you. In order for you to receive it, there is some healing that you need to do. And the last one we have is 2 of winter, and at the bottom it says, indecision is holding you back. Make the choice that's best for you rather than trying to please others. Feeling trapped between the intellectual and the emotional. And this is all about making a choice. In traditional tarot, this would be the 2 of Swords. Now you see here, he's standing between these 2 instruments. He's got one here, he's got one there. This one, okay, yeah, it could make music, but this one makes music and it's magical. It's surrounded by stars and sparkles and fairies. I mean, who doesn't love stuff that sparkles? But you have to make a choice. What's interesting, there's these 2 instruments, there's these 2 pictures. So for some of you, you're trying to choose between 2 people. For some of you, there has been a third-party situation. Or the person that you would like to have a new beginning with has to choose between 2 people. But once the choice is made, things can move forward. Now, as far as what is recommended, we have winter. The answers to your prayers and affirmations are fully realized in the winter months. Health, at the bottom it says, my prayers for healing miracles have been heard and answered. Manifestation power, use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities to attract your desired outcome. Then we have acceptance, and then we have God is in charge, and we'll read that one in a moment, so I don't throw any more of your cards around. Okay, so for many of you, you're so excited, you want this new love, you're gonna get it. Just a little work that needs to be done. For some of you, you want people that you connect with. You need some help. This year has taught you that it's okay to let people help you. It's okay to let them in. What they'd like you to know, do focus on this month. Many of you are going to start to see some of these things coming to fruition this winter. So that's like the time that we're in now through March. I think it's only March when the season changed. So you're going to start to know some of those things coming to fruition. So hang in there. It's about to get magical. So she's like got her finger on her chin like, Many of you are kind of like, when am I going to see my unicorn coming in with sparkles and glitters and star all around her? It's going to happen. Hang in there. Have faith. So for some of you, they're encouraging you this month to focus on your health. Some of you, there's some doctor's appointments that you've been putting off. Do that. Do those things. For some of you, there's been some lifestyle changes, maybe some supplements, some things that you need to start taking, focusing on. Do that this month. Work on some manifesting. Do a manifestation board this month. You know, they can't bring us what we want if we haven't put in our order. So do some visualizations. Because for some of you, it's almost like you've lost your hope. You don't even ask for it in your prayers anymore. Ask for it in your prayers again. And now you don't have to become obsessive. You don't have to do vision boards every day. You don't have to ask every night in a prayer, but do some visualizations. Do some prayers. Switch that energy. Because for some of you, it's like you don't know which way. You're like, oh my gosh, I don't think I'm going to get any of this anymore. So it's almost like you've turned your back on it, which is interesting because the acceptance card, you see, she is facing the moon. And the moon is indicative of things that are hidden, things that we are unaware of. But she's facing the moon. So like it's essentially she has her back to the sun. The sun would be truth and illumination. So for some of you, there are some truths that you have not been wanting to accept. They're encouraging you to accept those things this month. Also for others of you, be open because there are some things that you are not yet aware of. And for some of you, they're saying like you've turned your back on the belief that you deserve these things. You've turned your back on thinking that these positive things will be coming to you, but they will. Just give it a little bit of time. Because God's in charge, not you. And for some of you, divine timing's at play. And when divine timing's at play, it's not just the schedule, because for some of you may have most of your stuff ready, but if there's other parties, other things involved, there's a lot of moving parts and pieces. So just step back and let God take care of it. Now at the bottom it says, Dear God, please help me let go of the situation, giving it in faith and trust to your, sorry you guys don't get to see it while I read it, otherwise I will have a glare and we'll mess this up. Trust to your divine wisdom and infinite love in order to resolve and heal everything and everyone involved. Let God help you. Okay, so hopefully that helps you, Pisces. You guys have some awesome stuff coming. Hang in there. Okay, so who do we have now? Aries? Yeah, Aries. I always get these flipped the wrong way. They're not reverse. Don't worry. Nicole's just got them all flipped. You guys now understand why we have to put your cards below, because when they started telling me all the cards they wanted, I'm like, you know, this is going to take forever. We'll put them all in stacks and then we'll pull them all out. Okay. Get a little room. Okay, let's see what's going on. Man, you guys have a lot of clarifiers. Yeah, for some signs when I was shuffling, 2 to 3 cards were coming out in some categories. So, but we're going to take it. There's something they want you to know. Now you'll just have to have patience with me, because I think my dinner is going to be done in the midst of your section, Aries. So if that happens, just have a little patience. I put my dinner in the oven, and these are taking a bit of time. So I'm going to have to pull it out at some point. Okay. Now across the top, we have primary lessons for 2017, blocks and challenges to learning the lesson and being able to move forward. And then we have what they recommend you do this month. Now, first card we have is Demonstrate Love. And this is find out what is important to the people you love and act on it. It's a beautiful card. Then we have spend some quality time together. And at the bottom it says, it is imperative that we spend quality time with those who are significant relationships. To those we are in significant relationships. Sorry, I've got it turned so I don't have a glare. Those we are in significant relationships with, listening and talking to each other. Aw, they're in a little boat, in water. They've allowed themselves to feel their emotions. They've allowed themselves to share the truth with each other. We have financial constraints, card number 13. Now, this is all about restrictions with money, money being tight, learning the difference between what we need and what we just want, to not be frivolous. And then we have the Chariot. And at the bottom it says determination, self-control, career advancement, and acknowledgement of success by others. And the Chariot's all about willpower, determination to get things done, to get things moving, to move things forward. It's about not having fear. It can also be about career advancement. Now, looks like we got a split here. So for many of you, you have a divine love. Ooh. For many of you, it's a soulmate. Could be a twin flame, could be a twin soul. There have been some hardships, but you have taken all of your focus off of that and you have put it on work. So, things that they've tried to, and for many of you, you can say by the end of this month, get your work done, that I passed that lesson. I've got that under my belt. This is also about picking up the signs that people give us that they're interested. So for many of you, you've got this divine love. You're not communicating with them. You're not hearing from them. You think it's dead. You think it's over. But there are these little signs, these little clues that you have received. So for many, it's picking up on those things. It's knowing that, okay, things aren't always what they seem. There's a little bit something more there. And also listening to your intuition. Because for many of you, this love that you have is really founded on your intuition. I'm not Aries, so it's your intuition. Now, For many of you, the lesson that you're learning is that when you do have this relationship, to come into some balance, because Chariot, you've got a white horse, you've got a black horse. They balance each other. They are perfect counterparts. They're in perfect balance. To get the things that you desire, because you want this, it does require balancing home life and work life. Taking the time for that person. Now, for many of you, you have had a challenge with that because you have had financial worries and concerns. You've been focusing on turning things around. Some of you have been working on trying to start a business, trying to change careers, trying to advance. Some of you have also had some legal stuff going on at work or with regards to money. So, lesson that you're learning in 2017, you're financially taken care of. You are. You're financially watched over. For many of you, you will be having career advancement. Things are going to move forward. But it's stepping into your strength, your power, because you have the ability to move those things forward. Now, as far as what's blocking you, you have soulmates, card number 41. This is about harmonious relationships, love, personal growth. You know, because in order for us to grow and evolve, oftentimes we do that with the companionship of someone else. Now, sometimes that's in challenging ways. You know, we'll have somebody break our heart, but it helps us learn to pay attention to red flags. It helps us learn what we want, what we do not want. So whether you look at it from, oh my gosh, I met the love of my life and things are spectacular, or hey, I had someone really totally rip my heart out, throw it to the ground, stomp all over it. But on both sides, we learn, we grow, we evolve. But you guys do have an amazing love here. This is also about these divine relationships that are so strong, so kismet, so meant to be, that they force us to finally crack open and allow ourselves to connect with someone deeply. This is regeneration. It's all about rebirth, new beginnings, second chances, new opportunities. Then we have truth. This is a major arcana. It's interesting. You actually have three major arcanas. But the truth card, this is judgment, traditional tarot. It's all about spiritual awakening. You look, this person's looking out the skies, trying to figure things out by staring at the stars. But a lot of you going through spiritual awakening. This can also be about having the truth revealed, seeing the truth of things. It's also about leaving the past behind, evolving, growing, so that we can move forward in life. And then we have 8, justice. At the bottom it says, take the time to review details carefully. You will win in the end. Fair and objective decisions. This is all about sticking to our principles, sticking up for ourselves, standing up for what is right. It's about karma coming into balance because you've got the scales here and the scales there. But it's being clear on our goals and our dreams. So, what is blocking some of you? You've closed off love and you've started focusing on work and finances and stuff. It's because you have this divine love that you have felt is over. You feel that it's just not there. It's just not going to move forward. There's just no hope. But there is. Now, for some of you, you are going to be receiving some truths and some information, because for some of you, you think that there's some secrets. It's just that there are things that you're not aware of yet. Now, for some of you, what's blocking and delaying that, what's also causing some headaches with work and money, is the spiritual awakening that you're coming into, and it's also bringing your life into balance. Because when one area, especially if we're a twin, if one area of our life is out of balance, it makes the rest of our life out of balance. So it is it's something we have to fine tune. And for many of you, there is some legal battle going on with regards to work. And because that's all held up, it's holding this up, because again, it's all balance. So you are going to get there. Now, please have patience with me. I do not want to have to edit this. Hopefully this will only take a second for me to pull this out of the oven, so I don't have to edit, because when I do that on my iPhone, it causes extra time for editing and uploading your videos. And I know you all want this tonight, so give me one moment. Allie, shake or dance for them. Say hello. Miss Allie, you're still sleeping. You're not dancing for everyone? At least she's being quiet. You can be thankful for that. Okay, the mic's going to make some weird noises. Give me a second while I hook it back up. Okay. Excellent. Now, let's work our way across the bottom. We have, and this is what the angels are recommending you do this month. We have daughter. The answer to your question involves your daughter. Faith. I have faith in God to heal the situation. Love. Love is the answer to all my questions. Past life issue. At the bottom it says, this situation has a basis in one of your previous lifetimes. Ask your angels to help you remember, release, learn, and heal from your past experiences. Have you asked your angels to help with this? At the bottom it says your angels want to help you with this situation. However, they require your permission before they can intervene in your free will choices. You are not alone. At the end we have, take your time making this decision. And there's a prayer at the bottom. Archangel Michael, please help me stay strong and relaxed as I approach this situation. Remind me to detach, step back, allowing the situation to naturally unfold. Thank you for protecting me. Some of you have some worries about your daughter's health. Now, the interesting thing is when it comes to health issues, all of our health issues, except for, if we fall and break a bone, obviously it's because we fell and broke a bone. But all of our other health issues stem from past life and current lifetime traumas. Take the work that I do. Quantum touch energy medicine. When the trauma is healed, then it can be healed from the body. And I can't tell you how many times within, 1 3-hour healing session, cancer, multiple sclerosis, all types of things, hip replacements, all types of things are healed and released. But it's always because of past life experiences. So for some of you that are worried about your daughter, because she is young, so when you look at it, it doesn't make sense that she's having these health issues. But there are some past life things that are at play. And for some of you, it's not necessarily health so much as it's a behavioral things that are going on. But get some help from a healer, and they'll be able to help your daughter. And have faith that it's going to be okay. For some of you, if it's something serious that's going on, shoot me an email and see what we can do to get you in for a healing session. Now, for others of you, this soulmate, divine love connection, there are some past life things that are going to have to be healed in order for the two of you to move forward. They are encouraging you to have faith this month. Stay in a state of love. Be sure you are asking for assistance. You see how she's like all alone? She's holding on to this cloud. She doesn't think she can go on any further. She doesn't think she can hold on anymore. You have an entire divine team helping you. Ask them to help you. And ask Archangel Michael to help you so you make your decisions and you move forward. Okay, so thank you, Aries, for your patience while I got my dinner out. I hope that helps you. Wish you all happy holidays and happy new year. Okay, so I think I'm going to do 2 of these next round of signs, and then what we'll do is we're going to break this up into 2 parts so I can have some dinner, and then we'll jump back into part 2 after I'm done with dinner. Maybe. Okay. So let's see here. Taurus, what do you have going on? Okay, make sure you can see those. Pretty close. Okay. So the top row that you're looking at, that is your lessons for 2017. Next row is what's been blocking you from learning those lessons, and then the bottom row is what the angels recommend you do this month. Now, as far as your lessons, forgiveness is out the gate at the top. Nothing can be gained by holding on to past disappointments, and you have this couple there. So for many of you, Forgiveness is essential. Forgiveness is essential in order for us to repair past relationships, to restore those relationships. It's also essential for us to open up to new relationships, to new love. Because until we have forgiven someone, we will tend to, especially when it comes to love, we will have a wall build up around our heart. So we won't allow them back in. We won't allow anyone else in. We're just like, nope, done. So for many of you in 2017, your big thing is to forgive. Forgive your exes. Forgive the past. Forgive what has happened. Then you have the card Appreciation, and you see her, she's holding this rose and she's facing these bramble beat up bushes, and she's got this gorgeous blossoming rose bush behind her and this light illuminating it. But she hasn't turned around to notice that. She's just focused on this one rose. So for many of you in 2017, it's coming into a state of gratitude, because you do have a lot to be grateful for. You have this big, beautiful rose bush behind you. But for some of you, because of the things that you've lost, you're just like, you're having a lot of heartbreak, a lot of sorrow. She's holding her hanky there. A lot of you have had a lot of tears. You've had difficulty forgiving the past, forgetting, letting those things go, and realizing that you have so many beautiful things to be grateful for. You have so many more things coming in. And for many of you, you've been going through a lot of awakening. You have a major arcana. And I will hold this one up. It's 5. It's divine guidance. At the bottom it says, the search for meaning in life. Consider an alternative approach. Surround yourself with wise teachers or friends. But this really is opening up to the divine guidance that you're receiving. Thinking outside of the box. Seeing that things aren't always what you thought they were. And that's where many of you are. But this year, by doing those things, you're going to be ready for other things. Open up to intuition. Open up to knowing things are not always what you think. Open up to the changes. Now, as far as what's blocking you from becoming the boss of these lessons, you have flexible. And this card, it really is, you see this figure, it's like totally contorted backwards. It really is about being flexible, being open-minded, adapting without compromising. So, you know, there's always going to be things that shift and change a little bit in life. Baby Yorkie, there we go. But we have to be flexible. We have to move with those things. We don't break. We just move. We go with it. For many of you, you haven't been wanting to go with it. So some things haven't turned out as you had hoped, as you had wanted. That's because they're trying to bring you something better. But in order for them to do that, you need to allow them to do that. You need to be flexible. You need to know that, okay, so for some of you, it could have been a love. Maybe they took a love from your life. And you're like, oh my gosh, you know, I wanted to get married. I wanted to share my life with this person. I thought this person was the one. I want to be married. I want to have a family. God and angels are trying to bring you that. It's just not as you pictured it. They've got your blessings over here. They weren't here with this person. They're with this new person. So if you can be open and flexible to these blessings that they're bringing you, they're going to get you to the goal. They're going to surpass your hopes and dreams. Just be flexible. It can also be, you know, flexible. I mean, it doesn't have to be something so big and drastic, major like that. It can also be, you know, as we grow and we evolve spiritually, we learn things that, wow, this was a belief I had my whole life. I mean, take me. I do tarot card readings and I hear Jesus and angels talk, and the way I was raised, no, that was bad. You would go to hell if you did those things. But fast forward, God is working through me to heal my family members of cancer and all types of diseases, able to offer messages since I hear them so clearly for all of you. Now my family's all thankful. They're on board, but it did take some flexibility. For some of you, it's being flexible because your views toward things are changing. And that's okay. Now, next card you have a 6. It's victory and success. And you see he's like standing at this ledge. He's got this horn. He's just blowing the trumpet. And this is about good news coming in. You know, he's got this banner. He's announcing some good news. He's announcing victory, success. You are going to come through this challenge. Many of you feel like you're just at the end. Like, I cannot take any more. I have taken all I can, but you are at the end. You are almost about to have success. You just need to trust that and know that. Now, as far as the getting to the point of success, there is some releasing stuff that's been going on. You have a card 13, release, which is major arcana. And at the bottom it says, let go of the past, an ending that makes way for new opportunities, time to move on. And like her forehead is even illuminated, which is totally in alignment with the divine guidance. So for many of you, in traditional tarot, that would be the Death card. But it's about learning from the past. It's learning to forgive and forget the past, let the past move, let the past go so that we can move forward onto bigger, better, brighter things. It's about detaching. It's about, sometimes, it can be, if we're too attached to something that's not good for us, something that's totally dead and over, what'll happen is God and Divine, they just step in and they remove it for us, because that's what's blocking us from happiness. So for some of you, you've been so focused on this, your happiness it's right there. All you need to do is turn around. Turn around. But because for many of you, because you haven't wanted this to end, you've been holding on for dear life. But that is what is blocking you from having new beginnings. That is what's blocking you from this growth, this blessing, this opportunity. That's what's blocking you from success. That's what's blocking you from happiness. So for many of you to have that, you do need to let things end. Now, as far as what they recommend this month, you've got affirmations. At the bottom it says, to lift up your thoughts and energy and to attract what you desire, use positive affirmations. We've got feminine. I allow my feminine nature to shine brightly as a valuable part of my identity. Ear chakras. Notice messages that appear as sounds, music, words from both external sources and within your mind. These messages are real answers to your prayers, dreams, and new beginnings, a fresh start. Isn't that beautiful, Taurus? So this month, take time to do some affirmations. For some of you, I am worthy of giving love. I am worthy of receiving love. There's a whole bunch of affirmations online. Some of you, I am magnificent. Some of you, I am ready for the next phase of my life. I am ready to receive. Find affirmations that resonate with you and start doing them daily. Start doing them daily. Especially, we're at this point of closing things out for new beginnings. I am ready for the next phase. I am ready for the next chapter of my life. So you can bring it in. She's like staring at the star. You want the star. Help bring that star in. Now, for some of you, women are more in touch with their intuition, their emotions. So for some of you, you need to allow yourself to come into connection with your emotions. You need to allow yourself to feel. For others, you need to allow yourself to feel that wisdom that's being imparted via your intuition. Ear chakras, same thing. How they were saying the intuition? You're getting a lot of divine information, but you're just not hearing it. For some of you may not be hearing it because you just don't want to. Sometimes we have selective hearing. Maybe if we don't want to let something or someone go, we will hold on to it. Excuse me one second while I get a drink. Okay. A lot of you are getting messages in your dreams. So at night when you're going to sleep, ask that Archangel Michael helps you remember your dreams in the morning when you wake up. And he will do that. Because for some of you, since you are kind of spinning in your head and in your mind and in your thoughts during the day, they're trying to come in the evening during your dreams. So ask Archangel Michael to help you remember them when you wake up, and he will, and then you're going to be able to start getting some of these messages that they're trying to get to you. And last, be open to the new beginnings they're bringing you. There's really not much work that you have to do, Taurus. You just have to open up and allow. At the bottom it says, thank you for bringing new opportunities and offering support, and for helping me release and heal my past. Fill me with trust as I experience these life changes. And you see, his arms are open wide. He is ready to receive. Allow yourselves to receive the blessings that are coming in for you. Okay. Gemini. Across the top, we have lessons of 2017, what's blocking you from learning those lessons, and what the angels are recommending you do this month. Now, the first card you have is Be in the present and dream of the future. And at the bottom it says, when we dream, everything is possible. And you see here, she's sitting here, she's got the pyramid, she's staring up at that star. So for many of you, you're stuck on the past. And the thing is with the past, it's in the past. It's done. It's behind us. It's over us. It can't be erased. All we can do is accept it and know that that is what made us who we are. That is what created us, made us the magnificent woman and the magnificent man that we are. Good, bad, or ugly, it made us who we are. So be thankful for that. Forgive that. Let the past go. Be in the present and know that you have a beautiful future ahead of you. And so for many of you, that has been a challenge for you this year, but that's going to be your one big lesson that you can look back upon as far as, wow, man, I held on to that like a dog with a milk bone, but I finally let it go. And you'll find that when you are in the now, when you are in the present, and it's best to stay in the present, in the moment, because if we, now granted, we do need to put out our hopes and our dreams, the things that we want to manifest. We do need to do visualizations. But if we spend so much time focused on the future, we will still block ourselves. We have to be in the present, be in the now. Many of you are learning that this year. And many of you are really learning to let that past go. Now, wow, that's neat. That's kind of awesome, Gemini. You essentially have two, this is the leap of faith and this is the journey card, but they're both saying the same thing: new start, fresh beginning, taking that true leap of faith. Because you have journey, and you know, she's venturing out into the unknown, and it's cloudy, and all she has is this little light to illuminate her way. But it's really about moving forward. It could be for some travel, relocation, moving, but it's about new beginnings, new adventures, fresh starts. Even though we don't know what the outcome's going to be, still taking that step forward. Still walking down across that rickety bridge, feeling like, okay, I don't have a ton of support. I don't know how this is going to work. I don't know if this bridge is going to collapse and I'm going to drop all my luggage in the water, but just still going for it. Because I don't have anything to lose in the past. And then you have leap of faith. And at the bottom, I'm going to hold this up because there's a lot of detail in the card. Believe in yourself. Listen to your heart. Do what gives you joy. Leap of faith. Same thing. Starting out on that new adventure. Stepping forward. Following your heart. Taking that new path. So for many of you, okay, so for all of you, because you've got it in two cards, 2017 is about you having the courage to leave the past behind and full force, full speed, moving forward in the unknown, starting a new beginning. And it has taken a lot for you to get here. Many of you haven't taken that leap of faith yet because there's still some stuff that's blocking you, because there is a lot of turmoil going on. This is chaos and conflict. And this card is all about disarray. It's about having disagreements with people. You see that there's these, you have like a giraffe, but the giraffe markings are coming off to see a little zebra underneath. It's about conflict between two people, opposing forces, opposing views. Can be, with regards to relationships, stubbornness. Someone that always has to be right. Someone that can't change their stripes, change their coloring. It's also about turbulent winds. Turbulent forces. It's about letting us know the storm will pass. It will pass. This too shall pass, and you will get through it. So for many of you, you have wanted to move on. You've wanted to have this new start, but you have this partner, you have this ex that's just this toxic. And they are just, there's no love. You've got this dry, arid desert here. There's no love. Don't want to be with that person, wanting to move forward. But it has just been a struggle. But things are changing. So hang in there. Then you have heart chakra. And the heart chakra, it really is, so for many of you, in order to move forward and take this leap of faith, it does require, make sure we haven't knocked it down. Perfect. It does require you healing your heart. Because for a number of you, this is moving forward in love. Now, again, many of you are really stuck on the past because you have 10 of winter And at the bottom it says, the resolution of difficulties, a weight lifted off your shoulders, the end of an addiction or codependency. And this would be 10 of Swords. This is about not just walking, but running away from the situation, running away from the person, running away from the addiction. Running away from, see, there's all this cold and snow, and this is green and lush. For many of you, this relationship has been very icy. It's been very cold, been very toxic. It's what's holding you back. It's what's keeping you stuck. It's what's keeping you from your new beginning. So in order to have the new beginning, in order to have the fresh start, you have got to leave this behind. Leave the chaos behind. Heal your heart. Now, what they're recommending this month for you is your wishes granted. At the bottom, it says what you've asked for is coming true. We have sobriety. My clear mind is easily able to focus and concentrate. We have power animal. Your animal spirit guide is a guardian to you and is helping you with the situation. We have divine timing and spend more time outdoors. So for a number of you, this really is about trusting and knowing that if you can take that first step and do so with faith and courage, they are going to have your dreams come true. Just have faith. No, it's going to work out. It is going to work out in your favor. It's going to work out beautifully. Now, for some of you, they were saying what's blocking some of you's addictions. So for some of you, truly, there could be sexual addictions. There could be drinking. There could be drugs. For some of you, it could even be codependency. Like you are hung up on this person, not because of love, but because of codependency. For some of you, it could be sugars. But for a number of you, it's like alcohol. Animals, for some of you, pay attention this month because they're trying to communicate and give you messages through animals. So if you happen to notice that you're driving to work and you see 2 owls, look up the meaning of owls. Owls are all about wisdom, rising above things. So take a look at the animals that you're seeing because they're trying to give you messages through them. Because for a number of you, you got a lot of chaos with this change. It's difficult for them to get through to you, so they're trying to use animals. For others, just be patient. Divine timing is at play. It's not our time, it's God's time. There's a lot of moving parts and pieces, so just have patience this month. Have patience. Everything will happen when it's meant to happen. And the last one is spend time outdoors. At the bottom, there's a prayer. Thank you for motivating me to spend more time outdoors and for helping me relax and enjoy connecting with nature. So for some of you, you're feeling kind of disconnected, like, oh my gosh, Nicole, I'm not getting messages. Go outside. They'll speak to you with animals. They'll give you all the signs that you need. They'll help you out. Okay. So have an amazing month, Gemini. Okay, up next we have Cancer. Let's see what they have for you. Hopefully I won't throw your cards. Try and get through these. Okay. Make sure you can see them. Okay, close enough for government work. We're going to take it. Okay. So, at the top, so what we have here is the top row is all about what your lessons in 2017 are. Then we have what's blocking you from learning those lessons, and then we have what the angels are recommending you do this month. The very first card you have is be willing to express your love. So for a number of you this year, your lesson is to let the walls down, let the guards down that you've put up to block yourself from love. So for many of you, you've been trying to heal your heart. You want love. See, we hold conch shells. So conch shells were, used so that a call could be put out to call people back together after they had like a shipwreck. It would pull everyone together. But it's also about truthful communications. So for many of you, it's about being truthful with yourself. So you've got all this turbulent water back behind. So for some of you, you had a relationship end. Could have been a marriage end, could have been a relationship end. You want love, you desire that, but you see all this stuff, you've built a tremendous wall around yourself. So although you want it, you're not really letting it in. You see you've got this like little green mermaid in the shell. So for many of you, there's heart healing, but you have been going through some healing this year that's helped you. But a big lesson, this year, a big thing for you has been healing your heart. Some of you have actually been doing that in a relationship with someone else. You can call it a rebound, you can call it whatever you want, but typically when people jump into a rebound relationship, it's to help heal their hearts. So to get their confidence back, to get their mojo back. So for some of you, you have gone about it that way to heal your heart. For some of you, you've jumped into a relationship because you didn't want to have your mind on the heartbreak. But this year has been a lesson of letting all that junk go, letting all that garbage go, so that when the right one comes in, you can truly open your heart. You can really open up to them because you want to call that love in. You want to share your life with someone. But in order for us to do that, we have to let all the past hurts go. Because, you know, if we've had someone cheat on us or lie to us and we don't trust, we won't trust anyone that comes into our life. But we have to be able to do that in order to let the guard down and truly let them in. So for many of you this year, it's learning to let your guard down. It's also learning to express yourself. Because for some of you, there were difficulties with your ex in communicating and sharing your emotions. It was very turbulent. Now the next card you have is action. And this is card 17. This is all about energizing effort. You've got these two horses, this black horse and this white horse. Now the white horse is like charging forward and the black one's just kind of like taking his steps, moseying along. But it's intentionally moving toward our goals, toward our hearts, toward our dreams. And then you have the Knight of Gabriel. I'll hold this up so you can read it. Across the top it says confident, enthusiastic, courageous, charismatic. And at the bottom it says time to take action, great passion for a cause, instinctively knowing just what to do. Now this could be, Gabriel is the wands in traditional Taurus, so this would be the Knight of Wands. And this is talking about, you know, a situation that really requires our attention, something that we have to think through thoroughly before we take action, like to not jump into something, to not be impulsive. But it can also be, you know, having the courage for the next adventure. So for some of you, you could have met and started dating someone that was a fire sign. So that would be Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. So you see this card where you've got this white horse, and it's like charging forward, and this horse is not. Typically, it's about the division of your mind and your actions. But what they're saying is, so for some of you, because again, this is thinking things through, not being rash, not just jumping into things. So some of you, you jumped into a relationship with someone else because you were trying to heal your heart from the past. And you're like, okay, because these horses, they're caged in, they're corralled. They're stuck in a corral together. So for some of you, you welcomed this person into your circle and you were charging full speed ahead. He was kind of galloping a little bit behind you, but you rushed in full force because you wanted to heal your heart, because you wanted to have connection with someone, but there wasn't clarity. See all these clouds here and here, and you got this storm over here. For some of you, you did not yet have clarity on your own feelings and emotions. You had not yet, some of you haven't even fully released your ex yet. So some of you are actually trying to get back with your ex. Your ex-husband, the father of your kids. You want to get back with them. But you jumped in full force with this other person. Passionate, fun, enjoyable. But wasn't thought through. And so now for some of you, you're wanting to escape it and don't know what to do. So your big lessons for 2017. For some of you, it's going to be taking time to sit back and review things and analyze things before jumping into something. For some of you, you've also 2017, you've gotten your zest for life back. Now this, for some of you that they're saying that there was some relationship that you jumped in, it's not. So they're saying that, you know, you've had fun, you've enjoyed yourself, but see, this is a dry, arid desert. There's no true emotion. There's not any depth. It's just, it's surface, it's fun. For some, it's great sex. Fire sign sex is usually pretty great. But there's no real emotion. But that's okay because it served its purpose. You just needed to heal your heart from your ex. For some of you, that's all they needed to do. So it has served the purpose for you, which is good. But now you want to escape it. So the big thing for 2017 is because they're saying for some of you, like, jumped in full speed. Because what's blocking you, you have the tribe. And this is community, it's belonging, it's a sense of family and friendship, you know, feeling like I belong, I matter. Then you have that paired with this foundation achievements card number 4. This is like 4 of Wands. It's about building a solid foundation. You've got this family, this child, this woman, the man, the home, they got the little rainbow above them. This is all about having that strong family unit. It's about also reaping what we sow, having an even exchange of give and take, but it can also talk about, warn about winds of change. And then we have the moon. This is a major arcana 18. At the bottom it says, powerful intuitive epiphanies, letting go of worry and fear, understanding the truth of a situation. This is about, you know, listening to our intuition to understand what our next steps are. And it's also about things not being as they appear, like there's hidden information. This is about illusions. Like in this card, I'm playing to see without a glare. She's playing one instrument, but the reflection in the water is a totally different instrument. So what has been a challenge? While we wait for them to explain, because that doesn't make any sense. Because we all want the family. We want those. Oh, okay. Okay. So what they're saying is, so for a number of you, you jumped into this new relationship. You know that they're not the one for you. See, you've got this white horse, you've got this black horse. You know that they're not your tribe. You know that it's not meant to be. You know that it served its purpose. It was fun. It was enjoyable. It helped you get your mojo back. It helped you get your confidence back. You are feeling good. Some of you are feeling ready to bring an ex back. But you know that this person that you jumped into this relationship with rashly, quickly, is not the one. But the challenge has been, so for some of you, you do want to build a foundation. You do want to build a family with someone. For some of you, this person that you jumped in this relationship with, she has been giving you some illusions, maybe making you think that this is going to lead to a family and a solid foundation, but there's things that they are not sharing with you. There's things that you don't know. So you don't feel that there's a true deep connection. They don't feel a true deep connection either. It's okay. Admit your feelings with each other so you can both break free of it. But some of you, it's a delusion. Like, so for some of you, you met this person and you do think that, okay, this is the one, this is going to be great. I'm going to build a family with them. I'm going to have this foundation with them. But that's a challenge because they don't want the same thing that you do. They don't want to build a family. They don't want to build a home. But so he's going to take breaking away, taking action. But it's been a year, Cancer, of successful healing. I mean, when you look at it, whether you've involved someone else or not, 2017 has been a time of letting go of all this baggage, all these things that have held you back in the past, all this heartache, all this turbulence. It's been for some of you to come into connection with your own emotions, your own feelings, what it is you desire, what it is that you want, what works, what doesn't work. Like these horses, they are not compatible. They're moving at two different paces, two different breeds. They're not meant to be together. It's helped you come into a state of knowing what you want, what you don't want. And for some of you, it's also helped you learn that when making big decisions, be it starting new relationships, be it ending relationships, to think things through, because sometimes we just jump into things, especially if we're a mother and we have children, to not jump into things without, really looking at it, big picture, like, is this going to work for me? Is this not going to work for me? But it has been a year of healing. It's been a year of healing your heart, because you do have some new love coming in. You do have some divine love coming in. This has just been getting you ready for that. Now, as far as what they're recommending for you this month, we have dietary changes. That's funny. They just said, cut the fat. So for some of you, it's cut the fat, like whoever this person was that you jumped into a relationship, you got to cut them out of your life. This is improve your diet and your life will also improve. So for some of you, they're saying it's cut the fat, cut the relationship, cut the things that aren't working out of your life. For others of you, it truly is. There's some dietary changes that they're trying to get you to do. Some of you cut sugar out. Some of you, they're also bringing up alcohol. Cut the drinking. For others of you, they're recommending this month, you have Mother, I open my heart to my mother's humanness and her divinity. So for some of you, they are wanting you to this month focus on healing your relationship with your mother. Then we have be willing to forgive. At the bottom it says, ask the angels to clear your mind and body of past pain in exchange for peacefulness. Now again, you know how that it was in the beginning, it was talking about, our emotions, being in touch with those, using that conch shell to call in that divine soulmate love that's headed your way. In order to do that, you have to forgive the past. So there's some forgiveness. You see, like, she's wearing green. Green is all about heart healing. So in order to prepare to open up, see, and also her arms are open to receive. In order to receive this new love, this future that's going to be coming your way, you do have to heal the past transgressions, past relationships. You can let all that stuff go. So this month, focus on that. And some of my past videos, I talked about forgiveness letters. Forgiveness letters are essential when it comes to doing them for both parents, also doing it for anyone that is a twin, to do it for your twin, and then to do it with anyone that you've been intimate with. And that doesn't mean just a makeout session. That means anyone that you have truly been sexually intimate with. Do that, because in order to clear the path for divine love, in order to heal our hearts and move forward, we do have to forgive all past relationships, past partners. There goes a Yorkie. And also parents. So next thing they have is physical outlets. So for some of you, you're feeling very frustrated. You're having some difficulty making decisions, taking your next steps. Something that will help you with that is just doing some physical activity. You can go dance if you want. You can go exercise. You can do anything that's going to help clear your mind, release those pent-up emotions so that you can see things with clear eyes, clear visions, so that you can get your messages and your ideas and you can take your next steps. And the last card you have is Believe and Trust. And at the bottom there is a prayer. Before going to sleep tonight, say, Archangel Michael, please enter my dreams and replace fear with faith and trust. Let me be filled with strength, courage, and confidence. And you see here, he's holding this sword. And for those of you that jumped into a new relationship, This is confirmation of releasing that person, because when you have cords and connections tied to other people, Archangel Michael is the one who comes in and severs those ties. He cuts us free with his big old sword. And you see behind him, this is all dark, and this is all illuminated and bright. So there are things, there are secrets, there are things that are unknown. Because they're saying it's not been a bad relationship. It's been fun. They're saying you've had a lot of fun, but they're not the one for you. They're not your meant to be. Your meant to be is on the other side of the water. For some of you, also on the other side of your emotions. So for some of you, you've not really opened up emotionally. You know how they were saying that this is like a dry, arid desert with that person? Neither of you been opening up truly, deeply, emotionally, because you've been healing your hearts. Water's all about emotions. So 2017 has been a year of healing for you, healing your heart, so you can allow yourself to dip into those emotions, to feel those, and to allow this new divine love that's going to be coming in. But to do that, you have to cut this other person out. For some of you that you aren't in a relationship with someone, it's cutting out the past, the person that hurt you. That's why you were carrying all that baggage around, to cut and let that past go. And to have complete trust with that, not to have any fear or worries about letting that completely go, knowing that you're going to get something so much better. Because when you finally do let go and ask Archangel Michael to come in and cut that, it's when things will change and you'll get someone new in. So, wish you all happy holidays, Cancer. Hopefully that helps. Okay, now we are on to Leos. And I think at this rate, we're going to be just over 2 hours. Okay, see if we can get this sped up. So Leo, across the top, you have your lessons of 2017. You have what has challenged or blocked you from learning those lessons, and then what's recommended for the month of December. First off, you have take a chance on love. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. And you've got these two little love bugs in this boat. Let me make sure it's still recording. Excellent. But they're just setting out to sea together. They are happy, they are in love. This is about letting go of fear and, giving the love to someone else that we desire, that we want to receive. Really taking that chance, taking that leap of faith. The next card you have is attachment. And this is, you see, she's like chained to this post. She's holding up this mask and it's totally cloudy. It's all about perceived need, like we need to have this person, we have to have this person, we cannot let them go, like we're chained to them, we're bound to them. But it's also not just people, because again, this is a mask, so this is also about letting go of those emotional patterns, those emotional behaviors that we have, those emotional tendencies. So like take love, for example. Say you have a divine love, but you're terrified of taking a chance. So maybe in the past you've been hurt. And for a lot of you, this is a divine love. And you've got them. They're everything you've ever wanted. But because of, maybe you've isolated yourself. Maybe you've kind of cut your emotions off because you've been cheated on in the past. You've been hurt. So you're not really taking this chance in love. This is about stopping that behavior, releasing that behavior. That's what's keeping you stuck, keeping you alone. You don't want that. Because the other card you have is Two of Raphael, and this is Two of Cups. And at the bottom it says, two hearts dedicated to creating something wonderful, kindred spirits, don't give up on those you love. And this is a deepening bond. This is a true love. This is that divine love. This is the love that we all want. This is something that's long-term. This can also be about reconciliation, but it's about not giving up. Because that is where some of you are. So again, these are your big lessons for 2017. So your big lessons for 2017 are to open up to this love, not give up. Know that this is truly a divine love. You don't have anything to fear. You are safe in taking this leap of faith and trusting, and just let go of the past. Let go of those behaviors. Let go of those patterns. Let go of those things that have kept you isolated, kept you from having true love. Now, the cards that we have as far as what is blocking you from learning lessons, we have Deep Knowing, card 43. And this is all about intuition, empathy, inner knowing, you know, knowing deep in our hearts that this person is going to play a vital role in our life. Knowing it without a doubt, because you have this owl here, you got all these stars around him. Sometimes we meet someone, and when it's a divine love partner, it can be a soulmate, it can be a twin flame, it can be a twin soul, but we just meet them and our lives are changed. And we know that they are meant to be, and we know that we're going to end up with this person. But it's kind of, they're saying it's blocking you because you're doubting it. You felt that this person you met's the one, but because there have been delays, things haven't been moving forward, you're doubting that. You have two major arcana. You have Triumph, which is 7. This would be the Chariot and major arcana. It's all about moving forward, having balance, visualizing success, because he's got this banner. He's coming in with an announcement. So you have not received communications from this other person. You have felt like you are out on your own. And so since you haven't felt communications, you've begun to doubt this connection. There have been delays. You see this, he's like bound up and he's got all these blocks. This is disruption. It's card 16. Traditional tarot, this would be the Tower card. But it really is all about changes, major changes that are the catalyst to heal ourselves in order to have changes. Then you have the Prince of Spring. And at the top, I'll hold this up for you because it's got little details. Charming, self-confident, passionate, restless, and then at the bottom it says immediate action, a challenge you can successfully manage, and a passionate relationship. So for some of you, this could be this person of yours, could be a fire, yeah, that's Wands. Okay, so this would be a Prince of Wands, so could be a fire sign. Man, we got fire signs showing up all the time. So could be, don't stick to the signs, but it could be an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. But these are the challenges. So challenges you've had, you feel like you're stuck. You feel like things aren't moving forward. You feel like everything's falling apart. You're not getting any news and communications about this person. You want to take a leap of faith. You feel they're the one, but everything is showing you otherwise. And the Prince of Wands, Prince of Spring, he's like the knight in shining armor. He's like the man who swoops in. But this is also about being extremely busy and handling a lot of things at once. So for some of you, you're the Prince of Spring. You are overwhelmed. You've got so much happening right now with all these life changes that you're going through, and you can't deal with anything else. And for some of you, that's why you're closed off to love, because you're like, I can't handle anymore. I'm at my breaking point. Nothing else can come in at this point. So what they are recommending, oh yeah, so you guys are Leo. This definitely could be you. So, but regardless of the sign, very, very busy. Now, as far as what they recommend for you this month, you have to get some exercise. As your body becomes stronger, you begin to feel stronger in all ways. So for some of you, this pent up energy, get out, get your body moving. Do something that's going to help relieve that. Ask for Jesus to come in. Jesus is also a healer, a tremendous healer. So for some of you, there's healing that needs to be done. There's things in the situation that need to be healed. For some of you, you could be twin flames, because we also have the Earth Angel, and Jesus and Archangel Michael are always there with twin flames. There is some very strong significance with that. So ask Jesus for his help. Remember, you are a light worker. You are here to spread love. You are an Earth Angel. Don't forget that. A lot of you are starting to even begin to doubt yourselves. Don't doubt yourselves. And the last two cards, these actually go hand in hand. We have you are safe, and that's all about, reminding you, you are completely protected. See, she's kind of like trying to shield herself behind this unicorn. You're completely protected. You're completely safe. You don't have anything to fear or worry. Then we have guarded and protected. Thank you for protecting my loved ones and me, ensuring that we're safe and that all of our needs are met. I now accept your help, graceful. Sorry, I have a glare, Leo. When I don't have a glare, you can't see it. I now accept your help gratefully and gracefully, knowing that it's right for me and all others to accept heavenly assistance. So you're safe. It's okay. You don't have anything to worry about. All you need to do is trust. So hopefully that helps all of you, Leo. I do wish you all an amazing month and happy holidays. Okay, now down to the last 4. Da, 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 da. Okay, Virgo. Let's see what you have. First row is your lessons for 2017. Okay, good. Make sure you guys can see those. Then we have what's blocking you from learning those lessons. And then we have a whole lot of what the angels recommend you do this month. Okay, we'll move those up a little bit as we work our way through them. I think I bumped the tripod. Okay. So many of you are worrying a lot. You're in your heads a lot. Okay, Virgo. First card we have. Love is all around you. There is love everywhere, all the time. Simply acknowledge this as truth. You see she's by herself. She's spinning around. Then we have act as if your partner is here. Whether you have someone in your life or not, act as if they are with you, so you will always consider them. Then we have Angel of Strength. And give me a second, let me get a drink. I've been talking a long time. Okay, so Angel of Strength. That really is all about stepping into our personal power, speaking up with our truth, knowing that we have the power to control our destiny. And then we have 9 of Michael, which would be 9 of Swords. And at the bottom it says, your worry is unnecessary. Focus your thoughts on the outcome you desire. Release feelings of regret, guilt, or worry to your angels. So a lot of you are really stuck in your head. You're really fretting a lot. You see, some of you are like having like nightmares. He's sitting upright in his bed in the middle of the night, and he's got this owl who's come in to let him know it's okay. It's all right. Stop worrying. Let yourself relax. Let yourself get some sleep. A lot of you are questioning your decisions. You're questioning the things that you've done. A lot of you are feeling alone and isolated because you see she's alone, he's alone. This is all about acting as if your partner's already here. It's an energetic thing. So again, you're single. So at this point, forgive my grumbling belly if it makes more noises, Virgo. My dinner is sitting on the oven. Got 3 more after you, and I'm going to finally eat. So for many of you, you have a divine love. Some of you are twin flames, some of you are twin souls, some of you are soulmates. However, it has been a battle. And it's not just been with love. It has also been with work, with life. But your main focus, has been love. And you have begun to think that these things just aren't going to happen, that maybe you mess stuff up, you don't have the strength to go on. So your big lessons this year is to know that you do have divine love coming your way. It's also an energetic lesson as far as, because if we keep thinking in our mind that, oh, my life will be great when. My life will be great when I have this person. My life will be filled with so much love when I have this person. My life will be filled with so much joy when I have this person. I will be happy when I have this person. Well, first and foremost, you're putting an awful lot of responsibility on that person. That's not fair to them. If they're your twin, they pick up on that, and that will just completely be pushing them away. No one should be responsible for your happiness. It's an energetic thing. When you are happy with your life, when you are joyful, when you do think, oh my gosh, my life is amazing, when you do feel, oh, I've got so much love in my life. I love my coworkers, I love my family, I love my dogs, I love everything. That's when you clear the path for love to come in. So for many of you this year, it's been an energetic lesson of learning about law of attraction. Because we need to be what we seek. If we seek happiness, if we seek connection, if we desire that, then we need to have happiness. We need to have connection with others. Especially when it comes to twins. What a lot of people don't realize is the energetic dynamics. And I'm not going to share a whole lot because people don't want to watch a 4-hour video, but take twin flames or even twin souls. So if one, divine feminine, she feels stuck, she feels alone, she's not going out, she's not having fun with friends, she's not celebrating things anymore, her life then stagnates in all areas. And it stagnates with having her twin come into her life. Things don't move. There's no flow. They're not dancing together. Same thing with twins when it comes to if she's not letting him go. If she has this death grip on him, like my life won't be amazing until he is here, well, then he just won't be showing up there. And for some, like if he has a karmic partner that he's got a death grip on that he won't let go of, funny thing is, when she lets go of her twin, he lets go of the karmic. When she lets go, that frees him of this responsibility, that clears the path. But 2017 has been a big year of you learning those things. Because when you are blissful, when you are thankful, when you are in a state of gratitude, when you know your life is just amazing and on fire as it is, he'll come in. For many of you, this has also been a year of stepping into your strength. For many of you, it's also been healing. You see there's like this healing insignia up there. Now, what has blocked you from these things? You have the loyal heart. This is, so for some of you, you have questioned his loyalty. So for some of you, this is a twin and they've had a karmic partner. And you've just thought, oh my gosh, this is never going to come together. Then we have like the prosperity begins. So for most of you, this is about love. Clearly obvious it's about love. You've got these two hands intertwined. You've got this tree that started to give birth to some fruit, but then, you know, the top of the tree, there's no fruit. It says prosperity begins. Now that would be a Pentacles card, which could be, you know, new beginnings in business, work, career, but it's also about our hard work paying off, unexpected windfalls. So one of the things that's blocking you and why you're feeling so isolated and alone and you're worrying all the time is because you're like, okay, I feel this divine connection. I feel that they're the one, but nothing's happening. This is not blossoming. This is not going anywhere. And then you have the Prince of Autumn. And now this could be for some of you, your partner could be earth sign because autumn is... yeah, okay. Autumn is coins, which would be earth. So it could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo for you. And the Prince of Autumn, it says dependable, protective. At the bottom, cautious but wise action, meticulous attention to detail, kindness to others. The Prince of Coins, Prince of Autumn, he has a plan. He typically has multiple plans. He's got an A plan, a B plan, a C plan, a D plan. He is trustworthy. You can count on him. He is a protector, but he takes his sweet time. He is not in a hurry to get anywhere. He is not the Prince of Wands. It may take him 3 or 4 years to get there. So that has been a struggle for you because you're like, I feel this connection. I want this, but this has taken so dang long. Have faith. Have faith, have faith. Now, as far as what is recommended, Virgo, you've got a handful of cards. First one you have is let go. As you surrender the need to control, your relaxed energy rapidly attracts your desires. And that kind of goes back to what we were talking about with twin dynamics. Let him go. Let her go. Don't worry about how it's going to happen, when it's going to happen. Just let it go. Focus on you. Focus on your life. Focus on making you happy. Be in the present moment. You have present moment. I'm fully present in the here and now. If you are so worried about what happened in the past can't be changed. If you are so focused on what the future is, essentially what you're saying is, my life is not good. You're saying, I feel alone. I'm lonely. What you're creating then in the future is more loneliness. You just create more of what you currently have, which is why energetically to switch that, you need to be in the present moment. If you're not happy with your life, then make the changes to make yourself happy. Do things that make you happy. For some of you, there's some healing that you need to do with your mother for this to happen. Check out my videos. I think recent couple videos I talked about forgiveness letters. Some of you need to do a forgiveness letter for your mother because that is what's blocking your twin from coming in. And there's some patterns that you have not noticed that you have, that you got from your mother. God box. Write any worries, concerns, or desires on a piece of paper that you put into a special container called the God box. It'll just get rid of it all. As a way of letting go and allowing the divine to help you. So, get a box, get a container. Start writing down every day what's worrying you, what's stressing you, what's freaking you out. So at night, pray, I need help with this, this, and this, and this is freaking me out. And then write it down and shove it in the box. And that's your way of physically saying, okay, I've let this go. I'm not worrying about this anymore because I know God's got it. Now, the next card you have is apologize. You see this angel, he's like bent over. Some of you need to apologize to someone else in the month of December. Could be your mother. I see I was kind of like curled over. Some of you could be yourself. For being so hard on yourself, you beat yourself down. Now, for some of you, you are going to be having an apology come in. You do need to accept it and be open to graciously receiving that, because that will turn things around. This is divine love. Have faith. Eternal love. Bottom prayer is, help me perceive all of the love that surrounds me so that I can feel safe receiving, expressing, and giving love. This is what you have, Virgo. Trust. And ignore my grumbling stomach. I'm hungry. Last, go forward fearlessly. And at the bottom, there's a prayer. Thank you for walking with me every step of the way, for holding my hand, giving me confidence and courage, and guiding my thoughts and actions in the direction of love and my true life's purpose. Let go. Don't worry about how it's going to happen. Don't worry about when it's going to happen. Just do you. Do you. Okay, Libra. Let's see what is going on with you. Okay. I'm sure you guys can see those. Okay. So this top row is your big lessons for 2017. Then we have what's blocking you from learning those lessons so you can move forward. And then we have what the angels are recommending this month. You have twin flames. Hey. Okay. And if you can't see the bottom row, it's okay. I'll move them up. So across the top, your major lessons. We have like attracts like. If you are longing for more love in your life, you need to be more loving. Many of you, it's self-love. So a big lesson that you're learning this year is to love yourself. Because you want this divine love. You have this divine love on its way. But when it comes to twins, they're us. You are them, they are you. You are one. So if you don't love yourself, which means you don't love them, they're not going to move forward. They're not going to come into your space physically. So for many of you, you have been learning to love yourself this year, which is also depicted in this card. Choose love. You always have a choice as to what you should do. In all things, choose love. With ex-lovers that have done you wrong, choose love. Choose forgiveness. With family members that have done you wrong, choose love. Choose forgiveness. This has been a year of you choosing love, to love yourself, to love others, to forgive, to forget. The next card we have is the second chakra, Archangel Ariel. And that chakra is the chakra of intimacy, creativity, self-expression, allowing ourselves to be close and intimate with others, opening up to not just sexual intimacy, because it does govern the sexual reproductive organs, but it's opening up to them in a true, deep, intimate connection. So for some of you, Lexi, shh. Some of you have been hurt in the past. Because of that, you had put a wall up and really weren't opening up to love. This year, big thing that you have been working on is healing that. Letting that guard down, letting that wall down so you can have a true, deep connection with someone, so you can choose love, so you can share that with them. You have 9 of Gabriel. At the bottom it says, stay determined to move forward, be prepared for any possibility, and environmental activist. Now, this would be a Wands card, and this is all about not giving up, standing your ground, having the confidence. And so for many of you, you have been learning that this year. Now, what's caused you some problems? You do have the card Imagine, card number 20. Some of you have had difficulty imagining this dream of yours for love. Let's be honest. For all of you, this is totally about love. But you've got this divine love. But you're beginning to think like, okay, I'm crazy. This isn't what I think it is. I've totally lost it. But this is about turning those dreams into reality. It's also about visualizing success, knowing that you're going to have success, and taking that daydream and creating it and turning it into a reality. Now, for some of you, in order to get there, you've had to have some endings. You've got the card 13. It's a major arcana transformation. Traditional tarot, that's the death card. But this is about endings, sudden endings, rapid endings. You see, she looks kind of like startled. Now, she's wearing green. Green is all about healing our hearts. So some of you, this is about having a relationship end rapidly. But this is, we have something end. We can have something new start. We can also have a renewal. So for some of you that this is a twin flame, I talk in some of my videos about how you have to let them go. Let them go. It is an essential step. Twins are the same. They're the same soul. You can never really let them go. You're always connected. But the thing is, that is pivotal. And there's forgiveness letter information in my most recent videos. So those of you that are twins, you do need to write your twin a forgiveness letter and let him or her go. What that does is that doesn't necessarily, it's not truly letting them go, like I'm done with them. But it is, I'm letting go of the past. I'm letting go of these past hurts. I'm forgiving them. I'm forgiving myself. I'm letting all those things that have happened between us in the past that have had me put a block up to him, that have made me not want to let him in, not want to open up to him. I'm letting all that stuff go. But that is a death. It is an ending. It is a releasing so that there can be a transformation. You have to release it. You have to release the garbage. You have to heal your heart in order to transform it. And some of you, there need to be some conversations. Drink water. Next, you have 6 of Spring. 6 of Spring at the bottom. Says, wonderful news is on its way. Smart choices that bring rewards, success, and public recognition. She is just glowing. Look at her. She's glowing. She's got a banner. She's coming in with news and information. This is about congratulations on a job well done. You have succeeded. Yes, you can bask in your glory because you have earned it. But that's what's blocking you. Because again, this is the challenge. Some of you have had some challenges with your awakening. Some of you, the fact that you have not received information, there haven't been those communications, which is why my throat keeps bothering me. That has blocked you from opening up to this divine love that you have. So, what do they recommend for you this month in December, 20s, so that you are ready for magical 2018? Because remember, it's our year of completion. First and foremost, you need to forgive. The first card you have, whom do you need to forgive? As you release old anger or resentment, you will find that your wishes will come true. And you see that you've got them, they're in an embrace. Her heart is illuminated. In my most recent videos, I talked about forgiveness letters. If you are a twin, you need to do a forgiveness letter for your mother, for your father, for your twin, and then a 4th letter for anyone that you have been sexually intimate with. Doesn't mean a great makeout session. That means truly anyone that you have been sexually intimate with. So, it's vital to do those. It's also vital to follow all the steps from the burning it, to the tearing it, to the dumping the ashes. In the videos, I explain the significance. I had a client on the phone the other day ask about, well, why do I have to burn it, or why do I have to do this? Because it energetically does certain things. So when you write these letters, if you decide that you don't want to rip it up before you burn it, well, tearing the letters is what disconnects those cords. Those cords of the past, the cords of the hurt, the cords, all these things that are keeping you stuck. So if you don't want to rip the letters, you're not going to break those cords and those ties. You can't release it. If you don't burn it, the burning is the transmutation of it. Twin flames are angelics, are angels in human bodies. Difference between twin flames and twin souls, or twin souls or any other type of being. Humans, mermaids, they could be fairies, but any other type of soul being that you know, they're twins incarnate at this time. But flames is that spark of God, that spark of creation, that flame. But what do twin flames do? Twin flames are helping with the transmutation worldwide of energy. We're helping do blueprint changes, but energy is energy. It doesn't go away. So say you're in a bad, cranky mood. So your energy's cranky, it's down. Well, your energy is not going to go away. You're not going to suddenly not have a mood. All you can do is transmute it to something happy. So you have to do something to make yourself happy. So that's transmuting it. Twin flames, it's the flame that transmutes energy. It's that spark, that God creation spark. The fire, the flame. It's, you know, they talk about the violet flame. It's the flame that transmutes it. So when you do these letters, if you don't want to burn it, you're not going to transmute the energy. So the relationship with your parents won't get better, the relationship with your twin won't get better, but just listen to the steps on how to do those letters and do those letters this month. And make sure you follow the steps. Hang in there, be strong. You got the card, be strong. I pull myself up and do what needs to be done, because some of you have gotten into this little slump. You're kind of depressed, you're down, you're in a funk. You forgot about your sparkle. Get your sparkle back. Get your sparkle back, baby. You're ready. You're about ready to have a magical 2018. You are a twin. At the bottom, this says the answer to your question involves a spiritually based romantic relationship. For some of you, you could be soulmates as well, but you do have a divine relationship. You are not crazy. Then we have freedom. This is all about taking a leap of faith, but in order to fly, we have to let go of the past. We have to let go of the things that weigh us down. Let go. And some of you, you are going to need some assistance with letting go this month. So some of you are going to, whatever you're guided to, be it a shaman, quantum touch practitioner, Reiki practitioner, whatever you are guided to, you are going to need some external help from an energy healer. So get that help. Energy healing work. At the bottom, there's a prayer. Thank you for sending healing energy to me and through me for my own blessings and for all those around me. Thank you for connecting me to loving and high integrity healers and teachers of energy healing modalities. So recruit a little bit of help this month, Libra, and they'll get you all set up, help you clear that path. Okay, we're down to our last two, I think. Oh yeah, Sagittarius. Their cards went crazy. Okay, so for some signs, there are multiple cards, which is why I just shuffled them and stacked them beforehand. Let's see, Scorpio, what do you have? Make sure you can see it. Okay. This top row is your big lessons for 2017. Next row is, yeah, you had some duplicates come out too. Next row is, oh yeah, it's funny you had these three cards come out. I was like, really? No way. But they actually, all three flipped out onto the ground at the same time, so we had to keep them. Okay, we'll get to those when we get to them. This is your row of what the angels are recommending you do this month. Okay, so across the top, let's see what you got. Well, you do have repeater numbers. There's only been one sign or two signs so far that have had repeaters. But you do, Scorpio. You have 2 4s. You've got a 4 and a 4. So for many of you, this is actually about your financial security. There's something going on with you at work. And it's a work financial security big lesson for you this year. Leave it to Scorpios to confuse me. I'm a Scorpio. I'm sure I confuse a lot of people. Because they're saying like it's about work. You got love. Okay, well, they say they're going to tell us as we go through them. Okay, so you are limitless. At the bottom it says, recognize this truth. You can do anything you choose to do. This is about, looking at things from a new perspective, broadening our horizons, broadening the way that we look at things, trusting that things are going to work out, releasing control. It's also about, different alternatives, outcomes. But then we have the man holding the heart, card number 45. And this is about family, it's about love, it's about emotions, it's about being in a state of balance with respect to love. This can also speak about us closing the door to love. One second, let me get a drink of water. Some of you aren't communicating. So for some of you, because there's something with a man that you love. For some of you, this is a divine love. Okay, you've closed your heart off to him. So for some of you, you have met your twin flame, your twin soulmate, this divine love. But because of how things have transpired, for some of you, there's no communication, which is why they keep playing with my throat. You have closed your heart to him. For some of you, you're actually reviewing alternatives with other partners. So, okay. Then we have 24. This is adjacent possibilities. You've got all these doors. You got one that's closed shut. It's green. So for some of you, you've closed this door because of heart healing. But you got all these other doors that are open. And this is all about considering all other options. This can also be about reviewing our habits, reviewing the way that we handle things, the way that we deal with things. So Scorpios, if you know you're scorned and hurt, I know how we Scorpios are, we will just close up. So for some, your heart was broken by this man who is you're meant to be. Yeah, he is. Huh. But because of how things have transpired and went down, you're like, cut that, shut that thing and nail it closed. But it's because there had to be heart healing. For some of you, there had to be heart healing with him. There was some stuff he had not dealt with. This can also be about looking at healthier options, alternative options. That's funny. And ignore my stomach while it grumbles. I haven't eaten since breakfast. But after I'm done with these, I'm going to get some food while this uploads for you. Okay, so it's about alternatives. Okay, we're going to come back to that. We're going to tie that. We're going to tie this together in a bow for a second. Leave it to Scorpios. This has been going so smooth until and you're throwing me for a loop. Or my brain's not working because I'm tired. It's late. 4 of Gabriel. At the bottom it says, time for a celebration, abundant reward for hard work. Release yourself from burdensome situations. This would be 4 of Wands in traditional tarot. It really is about celebration. It's about, knowing that you deserve fun, knowing that you deserve this love, knowing that you deserve these things. It's also about freedom, freeing ourselves from the responsibilities that are weighing us down. It can be promotions at work because it's Wands, but it's also about really truly making our dreams come true. Now, these are your 2017 lessons. So for some of you, one of your lessons this year is to not immediately slam the door on someone because you've been hurt. So for some of you, you have met your twin flame, your twin soul. Some of you, a soulmate. He is the one, he is meant to be. It's just taken some time while he's got his own little act together. But for some of you, you have been considering other options. But for some, you've just shut that door. So it is, for some of you, learning on how you respond to those things. So for some of you, like he slammed the door on you, he cut communications, cut things off with you, and then you're like, oh, screw him, I'm done. I'm moving forward with my ex, and some of you are planning to get married with someone else. But hey, I get it. My ex came back with all types of promises. But anyhow, he is the one, though. He is your meant to be. But for some of you, so when that door closed, you thought that was the ending of it. And you're very powerful, Scorpios. So for some of you, you're kind of like stuck in your head. Like, okay, that's it. I'm done. I'm moving on. You know, swans, they mate for life. The two of you are destined throughout eternity. So for a number of you, this is your twin. But because that door was closed, because there had to be some heart healing accomplished by both of you, you believe that that door would not crack open, that would not happen. You believe that that meant to be was over. But it's not. And Scorpios are very intuitive, and they're saying that you don't need to know everything. You don't need to know all the details. All you need to do is to trust. You knew that he was the one. You felt that. You still feel that. You still know that deep in your heart and your soul. Allow them, allow God, Jesus, the angels, to work things out for you. Now, the thing that was interesting, that was confusing me, because they were talking about, for most of you, this is work-related lessons in 2017. So for most of you, you have met your twin, you have met this divine love. However, you have closed the door on love because you are so focused on all these other things. You got all these other doors, all these other things that are fighting for your attention. And for most of you, it's work. But in order to make these changes in your life, so for many of you, you have been married to your job for your entire life. For most of you, for years, for your entire adulthood, you've just been totally dedicated to your life. You want marriage, you want happiness, you want this family home, you want to share your life with someone, you want to open up to him, you want to be these happy little swans getting on, enjoying their time together. You desire that. You want that, but without making some changes for many of you in your career, closing some of those doors, resetting yourself, it's too much. Because again, this is releasing responsibilities. So for some of you, your work responsibilities have just been too much, too great of a burden. So 2017 has been the year that you have been focusing on. So for some of you, you've been focusing on changing careers. You've been focusing on starting a new job, focusing on trying to retire, focusing on that in order to open the doorway, because you've got these two doors open wide, and so you've got this bright, amazing, phenomenal future here. But you've just been having to put in the grueling work this year in 2017, and it has been grueling. But you're almost there. You have the power, Scorpios. You are going to get your happily ever after. You are on the cusp of it. Now, the things that have been causing you delays to your happily ever after, to releasing this, to opening up to this divine love boat that you've got, to remembering that you have a lot of power, is you have forgotten about your ability to co-create. You have card number 40. And this is about creation, manifesting things, because our thoughts create a reality. And you have been so up and down and up and down and up and down, where you're like, okay, I think things are going to work, and then it doesn't. I think it's going to work, and then it doesn't. And it's not just with love, it's with work, it's with these struggles. For some of you, it's been trying to relocate, but it's just, it has been a nonstop battle. And so on a day you're like, okay, I've got faith it's going to work, and then, oh my gosh, you get information like, crap, it's back to square one. Balance your emotions. Have faith, because you are a powerful creator. But if you're up one day and you're down the next day, it causes delays. So just know, things are going to work out perfectly. Rise above things. You're very intuitive, Scorpios. You're like the detectives of the zodiac. You know everything that's going on. You know it. You know, people can put their little stripes on, but you know what they really are. You really know what's going on. Trust that. Trust your intuition. Oh, and some of you, the thing that's also been, you've been dealing with these struggles so much that you haven't been taking care of yourself. So like the co-creating, you know, you can only burn the candle from both ends for so long. And then you start to get sick. And you do get to the point that you have to take care of yourself. To give birth to new beginnings, you have to be healthy to hatch this egg. So for some of you, you haven't been taking care of yourself in this process. So, you know, it is vital to take care of yourself and nurture yourself. Some of you have been spinning in your head. You've got the next card, 21, Universe. This would be the world in this would be the world in traditional tarot. It is a major arcana. This is all about completion. It's triumph. It's liberation, freeing ourselves, peace, fulfillment. It's having everything that we desire within reach. That is where you are at, Scorpio. Everything that you want is right there. All you need to do is reach out and grab it. You are almost there. Don't lose your faith. Trust. And that's what's blocking you, because a lot of you have just started thinking, oh my gosh, is this ever going to come together? I can't take this any longer. I'm about to snap it and lose it. But you're almost there. This cycle is completing. This is about over, so that you are going to be, there's going to be communications. There's something that's not been communicated. You will have your dreams coming true. You will have everything you want. Now, this is also tied to not allowing your thoughts to spin out of control, because you see this is like, it's essentially it's the galaxy, but your thoughts are spinning out of control. So you rein those in a little bit. That's causing you some trouble. Like for some of you, you've got this divine love who's your twin, and you're beginning to think, I don't know if I can trust that man. I don't know what that man's up to. You know he's the one to trust. Now for some of you, that's funny. You have King of Spring. And it says, innovative, inspiring, wise, theatrical. A financial windfall. Your leadership skills are needed now. An unexpected supporter of your case. This would be the King of Wands, which is a fire sign. So for some of you, he is a fire sign. Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. And you have these twin little pods, little houses there. So for some of you, he is your twin flame. He is your twin soul. He is you. You are him. He could be a fire sign. Bold. He's a leader. He takes risks. He loves his family. He is someone that you can count on. He is someone that gets stuff done. What has been blocking you is he is your other half. He is your meant to be. But you have felt that you cannot count on him, that you cannot rely on him. Some of you have begun to think that, okay, I still know that he's my twin. I know he's my other half. I know that. But he doesn't seem to ever want to get shit done. He doesn't want to do anything. He doesn't want to put in the work. He doesn't want to communicate. He doesn't, because, you know, with a twin journey, both parties have to do their healing. Both parties have to let go of exes and things that are not working for them. Both parties have to let go of things, big things, from like, okay, I cannot have this meant to be relationship and build a family, a foundation with someone if I'm constantly working all the time. You know, there has to be balance between work life and home life. If you're working nonstop, you're not going to stay married. You're not going to stay in a relationship. So for some of you, it's big things of, okay, there has to be a work-life change in order for me to have this home life change. And you felt that it's for him. But what has blocked you is, for many of you, because you're twins, he does the same thing you do. He works all the time as well. So you're making these changes with your work, with your life, and you don't think that he is. You don't think that he's willing to put in the work. You don't think that you can count on him. You don't think that you can rely on him. You do not think that he wants family. You do not think he's looking in your direction, and you've kind of just given up. Because you're not like, no matter how much I love him, no matter how much I feel him, no matter how much, like it defies logical thought that I can love a man I do not know this much. But he is your one. He is your twin. But because you've lost faith in that, and for some of you, you've lost faith because the door was slammed on you, or, you know, connection or no communications. And it's similar but different for all twins. But losing that faith is what is causing some blocks, because what they're saying for some, because the next card that we have is Three of Autumn. And at the bottom it says, follow your passion when it comes to your career. Be the best at what you do, being compensated for your creative talents. And this card's Three of Coins. It really is about following your passion, doing something you love, doing something that excites you, something that puts you on fire. It is having a lot of untapped skills, some amazing skills and talents. And you have that, Scorpio. But the thing is, the two are tied together. So for some of you, you're frustrated. So maybe you're trying to start your own business. Maybe you're trying to bring your work life into balance. Maybe you're trying to get retired. Maybe, but you're realizing, okay, I want the happily ever after. I want it with him. But dang it, nothing is working. It is not coming together. The reason is because the two are tied together. So take, for example, my retirement. Some of you, maybe you're getting retired. Maybe you're starting your own business. They're tied together. So say you're like, okay, I'm ready to leave this career. I'm ready to start a business at home. I'm ready to do that so I can have work-life balance. But man, no matter what I do, I can't get this chapter closed with my employer. I can't get retired. I can't get the business loan for my new business. It's roadblock after roadblock after roadblock. The thing that you need to remember, because for some of you, you're beginning to think like, okay, did I make a wrong choice with work? Should I be leaving that company? Really, should I be starting a new business? Like, maybe I've messed up. I mean, I feel like this is what I want to do. I feel like this is where I'm meant to go, but nothing is moving. Nothing is culminating. And it is frustrating the dickens out of you. A thing to remember is the two are intertwined. So things need to happen divinely. There's divine timing at play with you, and there's divine timing at play with him. So they need to help him finish his culminations and his completions. At the same time, you are finishing your completions and culminating of everything. So if he has a job to leave, a business, like a business partner to leave, if he has an ex to leave, if he has any of those things to wrap up, he's wrapping up all that while you're wrapping your stuff up. So if there's delays on either end, it's going to slow stuff down. So the best thing to keep in mind, Scorpios, is he is the one. He is your twin. Yes, these career changes are meant to be. Your primary focus and lesson this year in 2017 has been to prepare to get that work-life balance. Get balance with work so you can enjoy a life. Don't give up. Hang in there. Have faith. You are almost there. Keep your emotions balanced. And they're also saying for some of you, there's things about him that you're not aware of. So don't, they're saying for some of you, don't like assume the worst. So for some of you, you're like, oh my gosh, I don't think I can trust him or whatever it is. Don't assume the worst, because there are things you are not aware of. Oh, and divine timing. Don't get frustrated, because divine timing is at play. But you're almost done. 2017 is the year of completion. Let me get a drink. There needs to be some communication between the two of you. Some of you need to get communication at work too. Okay. Now, Scorpios. What do you need to do this month? These three cards, it was hilarious. I was shuffling and all three of them came out, plopped on the floor. I'm like, no, I'm not taking these. These are three. And they're like, oh, yes, you are. So, okay, that's why they tie together. Okay, so what they're saying is you have admit your true feelings to yourself. Be honest with yourself. Only you know what it is that you truly desire. We have love life. The basis of your question involved your romantic life, which is now changing for the better. And then flower power. Spend time with flowers and flower essences to increase your personal healing power. So, for some of you, you're a twin. You know that door that was shut? So for some of you, the not admitting your feelings. Okay, so some of you, they're saying that like you're trying to make things work with another person, but it is not working. It's not going to work. You don't feel love. You don't feel passion. Yeah, they're hot. Yeah, they're very wealthy. Yeah, they look real good on paper. Yeah, they want to whisk you off to Hawaii. Yeah, some of them even talk about marriage, but they're not your meant to be. And you know that. But you're not wanting to pay attention to that because you've been hurt bad by your twin. For some of you, it could have been you were hurt by your soulmate. So in December, allow yourself, so for some of you, you've wanted to close off that connection because you're like, dang it, he doesn't want to be with me. He doesn't want this. He cut me off. He went back to next. He jumped in a relationship with someone else. He hurt me. He lied to me. Whatever it is, it's a little different for everybody. But because of that, you have tried to shut off your feelings. Again, there's that one door that it was closed and it was right next to him. You're like, I'm going to close that. You can't close it. If they're your twin, you can't close it. So in December, because he's the key, the two of you have been together throughout eternity. You will continue to be so. And this life will be happy and blissful if you can both just let your damn guards down and let each other in. But you both have to do that. And a lot of times Divine Feminine like to blame it on the Divine Masculine, but we're mirrors of each other. We are. So if we're putting up a wall because he's hurt me and he's not communicating with me and I don't know what else he's doing, well, he's putting up a wall to you. Because it's energy. So in December, Scorpios, allow yourself to feel your feelings. Allow yourself to acknowledge, okay, I do love him. I love him so much. And he's the one. I know he's the one. And have faith that things are going to get better. And start using some rose oil. And some frankincense. I know frankincense isn't flowers, but that's going to help you as well. Take some time to meditate. We have got quiet. I go into peaceful silence and I listen. Because you know that one card that was talking about what's blocking you and it had the universe. It was the world card. And there's the thoughts. So for many of you, your thoughts are spiraling out of control. You're having difficulty on making choices for your next steps. To get some help with that, you do need to quiet your mind. So meditate. Now, for a number of you, you are heading toward marriage in 2018. But to get there, this is marriage. I make a commitment to a healthy relationship with God, myself, and my partner. So for some of you, Scorpio, this month, take care of you. Have a healthy relationship with you, because for some of you, you have been so focused on these changes that you have completely neglected yourself. So take time for yourself this month. Pamper yourself. Get a massage. Say no. You got people that are pulling you for, and now it's not easy during the holidays because, you know, there are so many commitments and obligations that come in. But you don't have to say yes to all of them. Say no to some of them so you can stay, so you can go get a body massage. You can treat yourself to a little fancy dinner that maybe even you do takeout and you bring home and you soak in the tub and you meditate and you just do you and you relax. Do that this month. And for some of you, you've got a lot going on. You've got, if you get nervous, focus on service. At the bottom it says put your entire intention, okay, I've got to turn it so I can read it. Put your entire intention on answering the question, how can I make the world a better place? And the law of attraction will automatically take care of your needs. So again, when it comes particularly for twins, the best way to improve things is to focus on your work. Focus on the things that you're doing. Now, some of you Scorpios have taken that a bit to the extreme, but they're saying because you are so worried, because you've been trying to make these changes in your life, and for most of you, they are work-related changes. They are commending you on that because you know that these things have to change. And that's why for many of you, these changes have actually been divinely guided. You have not had any control over them. But with that, you're infuriated and frustrated that they still have not transpired. That frustration, trying to push, trying to make it happen, trying to culminate, complete that so you're ready, is really frustrated some of you, which is why you need to quiet your mind. But focus on helping others. Focus on shining your light. You see she's got a candle. Focus on shining your light for others. Take the focus off of you a little bit and put it on others. And believe in yourself. You see you've got this little angel here. This is all about reminding you that you have infinite potential. Don't allow doubts to stop you. Don't allow negativity to slow you down. Don't allow worry and fears to stop you. You see, she's actually sitting on a swing, but it looks like she's hanging on a rope. So for some of you, you feel like you can just, I can't hold on anymore. I'm barely able to hang on as it is. I've been holding on to this rope for so long, waiting for someone to come and help me. Help me make these changes. Help get this done. Help get things moving forward. I just can't continue to hold on anymore. You're thinking that you can't do it. I can't do it. I don't have the strength. I've run out of strength. You've still got strength, Scorpios. You've still got it. You're like one of the fiercest signs out there. And you're stubborn. So don't let that rope go. Hang in there. Many of you, your endings are going to, they're really going to finish this month in December. So you're going to get that, some of you are waiting for business loans. Some of you are waiting to transition out of careers. Some of you are waiting for like a business partner to buy you out or something. It's tied up. Stuff's like tied up in the legal system, they're saying. Guess what you get for Christmas? Even if you don't celebrate for Christmas, you can say it's your Christmas gift. You're getting this stuff done. Others of you, it won't be any later than January. So hang in there. Last card, lean on God and the angels for support, because again, you're just feeling like I don't have any more strength. You do. You do. You've got this. Remember that. You're amazing. There's a prayer at the bottom. Dear God and angels, I give you this. Briefly describe the situation. Now and completely, I step out of the way and allow divine miracles to shine through everyone and everything involved. So hopefully that helps you, Scorpios. You are almost there. Okay, Saggies. You are last. My stomach grumbles. Forgive me. I am hungry. I haven't eaten since this morning. Let me see if you guys can see those. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Your top row that you're looking at, that is what your 2017 lessons are, and you are another sign that got a whole bunch of these cards. Yeah, we'll deal with them when we get to them. Okay. Top row is your 2017 lessons. Things that you were learning. Then we have what has blocked you from learning those lessons. And then this bottom row are the cards is what the angels are recommending you do this month. Okay, let's see here. Hello, Miss Allie. Okay, hold on a second. She wants to join us. Okay. So the first card, they're saying you guys have 2 repeater numbers. Where? Oh, okay. So you've got an 8 and you've got an 8 there. So 2 8s for you. You are going to be receiving some news, some information this month that is going to be affecting a relationship of yours. Okay. So you have, be authentic to who you are. You are asked to be real and true pertaining to who you are and how you feel. We're going to come back at that one in a second. I want this one read. And then card number 8, love who you are. You are a divine and wonderful person deserving all the wonderful things that life has to offer. So for some of you, you have been in a toxic relationship. Some of you a marriage. Some of you a partnership, a relationship with shared finances, because you're going through some legal stuff. But this relationship has really torn you down. Some of you have felt, if you see this card, I don't know if you guys can see the details. The lighting's horrible. So she's sitting here, and there's this swan on top of her head, almost like controlling her. And they talk about mind control. And she's like kind of dazed and out of it. So for some of you, you have been in this relationship where you have totally felt controlled. And you see you've got these two people, they're like going in opposite directions. So for some of you, you've been in a relationship for years where you've repeatedly tried to make it work, but the two of you are going in completely opposite directions. But you felt controlled. You've also felt, some of you have felt, it really depleted your self-worth, your self-value. That person could have said some cruel words. That, there's like this ship. That person was, so for some of you, that person was very controlling. And controlling the ship, controlling the sails. But in the process of this relationship that has transpired for years, you have forgotten how magnificent you are. You have forgotten how freaking amazing you are. You have stopped loving yourself. So in this year, they're saying this year, your big lessons were to free yourself from this relationship, to bring your life into balance, to open that door so you could walk away, move on. Because again, these two, they're diving in opposite directions. So they said that this year was the year for you to be done with that relationship, that toxic relationship, to free yourself from that, to also come back into a state of loving yourself. And for many of you, you have gone through a spiritual awakening. You have card 32. This is Door to Spirit. And this card is all about a spiritual awakening. It's also about, new beginnings. It's about coming into a deeper understanding, knowing that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. It is not the other way around. Some people are raised and they think that, okay, well, when I die, I'll become a spirit. And that's not how it works. We chose this life. We chose these opportunities. We are spiritual beings, and many are going through the awakening process right now. And you, Sagittarius, are one of them, which makes sense because you're very philosophical. You're very deep thinkers. You're extremely intelligent. So of all the signs, you are like the perfect sign to be going through a spiritual awakening because you bring so much to the table. You have so much to offer, so much wisdom that you can use to help enlighten others and to help them with their journey. And that is what some of you are going to be doing once you get past this lesson. And for many of you, it's been a lesson in love, releasing a karmic partner. Now, you have been tied to this person. The next card you have, this is Major Arcana. It's Justice. It's number 8. At the bottom, it says, fight for justice and equality. Rulings made in your favor. Don't give up. He's balancing the scales. And actually, this is your card, Sagittarius. So it really is all about, so for some of you, you are going through a divorce. You're going through a breakup. You're splitting up a business with someone. You're splitting up properties. You're splitting up assets. With this person, the legal proceedings, they are going to be in your favor. The decision is going to be made. You are going to receive what's due to you. Then you can finally put this whole mess behind you. You can make some new choices in order to have some new results and outcomes if you so choose. Now, for some of you, you've had some challenges putting your emotions aside. We've got this turbulent, fiery sky behind him. It has been an emotional year for you, going through this breakup. But you're almost there. You are almost done. So during this year, your big key thing they're saying is to finally free yourself from this person, this toxic relationship. Secondarily, there's something with communications tied to that person. Toxic relationship. There's some things that haven't been said and communicated yet. Let me get a drink of water. Which is why they're giving me a scratch in my throat. But your big thing this year was to let that person go. To balance. So like karma, to right things, to balance the karma. Primarily. Secondarily, a big thing for you is you have been going through a spiritual awakening. Also, by ending this toxic relationship, you have laid the foundation for a new blessed beginning, a new divine beginning. For some of you, it's a beginning with someone who is your twin. You've got these twin pillars. So it could be a twin flame. It could be a twin soul. But this has also been a year of tremendous healing for you. coming back to a state of loving yourself, because you've been, for many of you, this person that you were in this relationship with really tore you down. They didn't appreciate you. They didn't value you. That's not your fault. That's their own stuff and junk they need to heal. Unfortunately, they took it out on you, though. And that has had to be healed. Some of you have had to regain your confidence. There's also some stuff tied to like inner child healing. Now, as far as what's blocking you, because again, these are your big lessons. Letting go of that person's bad for you, loving yourself, opening up the doors to some amazing blessings, your spiritual awakening, and having this be done, ending this karmic cycle, bringing life into balance. You're blocked. Now, the first reason that you are blocked, you have this card 24, which is time for a nap. And it's got this fox. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's got this fox sleeping on the moon. Foxes are sly. They're deceptive. So for many of you, this relationship that you've been in, the toxic relationship, has been infiltrated with a bunch of secrets. The moon is also about things that are hidden, things that are not illuminated. The sun illuminates things. It brings the truth. The truth has not been revealed. For some of you, that's why my throat was scratching. There's some truth and communications that haven't been shared. The air has not been cleared. And that's what's blocking you from these culminations for successfully learning your lessons. Now, this card's also about, rest, because the fox is taking a nap. It's like taking a pause in action, resting, freeing ourselves from the shackles that are keeping us from reaching our goals, our dreams, our hopes. So for some, what's blocking you is you have not been taking action. There are some things that you have to do to finally end this, to finally move forward, and you have not been doing that. So you have not been communicating some things. They're saying for some of you, some of the deception has been some truths that you have not shared. For many others, it's truths that the other person has not shared. But you're not taking action. And that's what's blocking you. Others, the moon is also indicative of our emotions. This fox is sleeping. His eyes are totally closed. So for some of you, you have not wanted to accept your emotions. You have not wanted to truly look at how you feel about the situation and accept the situation, accept the ending. Next card you have is 7, Patience and Planning. This traditional tarot would be coins. Interestingly, that would be coins, that would be wands. But this is all about having patience, maintaining our control, letting go of things that are not working for us, really taking the time to reevaluate our goals because we realize, this isn't working. And pausing to put a plan in action. So for some of you, so for some of you, they're saying that you have met your twin flame, your twin soul. You have this divine love. However, you have been, they're saying like dodging it. Again, back to like not taking the action. You see, you've got this sun illuminating these two. You're illuminated. You have this beautiful gift, this blessing coming in. You've got these 4 seasons. So they're saying for like a year, you have purposefully ignored this connection. So for some of you, you've cut off communications with your twin. And the thing to remember with twins is that they're you and you are them. You truly are one. So maybe there's things you're not saying, but if they're your twin, especially if they're your twin flame, they already know. Don't worry, Saggies. They already know your secrets. It's good if you tell them, though, because that'll get you unstuck. But they're saying, again, what has blocked you, you have this gift, you have this blessing. Some of you have been blocked because because it's showing all 4 seasons. So for an entire year, you have turned a blind eye to this divine gift. For an entire year, you have not been. They're saying for some of you, you continue to stay. There's the person that you're supposed to be freeing yourself from. You've stayed dedicated to that, committed to that. you haven't wanted to reevaluate your plans and realize, okay, that's not really the one for me. That's not really going to work for me. And that's what has blocked you, kept you stuck. Good thing is, you guys are figuring it out. You're moving forward. Hopefully, because some of these things are still blocking you. You have 5 financial and material changes. This would be coins, 5 of coins. And this is all about, you know, challenges, changes, losses, losing things. There's a wedding ring. Now, granted, it's not the correct hand. Actually, in some countries it is. In Afghanistan, they wear their wedding rings on the right hand. Here in America, we wear them on our left hand. But not all countries. So, some countries, that is indeed the correct finger. But that is a wedding band. This card is all about losses. Losses that are financial. It's about challenges, getting through the difficult periods, but by going through the difficult periods and times, we actually grow, we develop. And then we can do things differently next time. So for some of you, you are going through a divorce. So this was an ex-spouse of yours or soon-to-be ex-spouse of yours. Next time, it's going to be different. Now, for some of you, what has blocked you is you keep thinking that, okay, if I try it again with this person, maybe this time it's going to work. You're drained. It's not meant to be. It's not going to work. So some of you, you've had difficulty letting it go. Also because of money. There's some financial connection. But it's in letting that go. The next card is 9 of Spring. At the bottom, it says, protect the fruits of your labors. Prepare for possible challenges that lie ahead, and environmental conservation. Now, if you look at this card, she has these lilies. Above her, she's got these little ladybugs. It's almost like she's in a drugged state, like being controlled, being hypnotized, and pulled back in, sucked back in. So for some of you, that's actually what's blocking you. This person repeatedly pulls you back into, let's try it again, let's work it out again. All for money, monetary reasons. It's like, you know, lilies that, you know, death, endings, rebirth. You keep trying, or they keep trying to rebirth this, but the whole reason that keep trying it again is just for money. But for a lot of you, you've put a lot of effort into that relationship. You've really given it your all. So for some of you, what has blocked you is you're like, okay, I've spent years. For some of you, you've spent your entire adult life with this person trying to make it work. If you've spent that many years trying to make something work and it's not working, it is not meant to. You are blocked because you are not accepting that that is not your meant to be. It's not going to work out. God has something better for you. You just need to allow the something better to come in. For some of you, it's beautiful. For some of you, you have a twin flame, a twin soul. It doesn't get any better than that. But you refuse to open up to that because you can't let this shenanigans go with this person that has made you miserable for years. Like, they're talking about like drugs. So for some of you, you get pulled in, lured in. Some of you, it could be like sexual addictions or something that pull you in. Drinking, something tied to addictions. But again, they're toxic. It's a toxic relationship. And you, Saggies, had a whole bunch of stuff this month. Okay. Let's see, there were a couple other signs that had 3 cards pop out, and you were one of them, Saggies. Okay. Now, these are the cards as far as what is recommended for you this month. You have business venture, trust and follow through on new business idea or career opportunity. Then you have walk away, leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that open as a result. Again, 2017 is a year for you to let the old go so that the new can start. So it can begin. That does require you this month to walk away. Now for some, They're saying for some of you, you would like have a business with the person that you're walking away from. So it could be they're your business partner. But there is a tie to love. But this is the month to walk away. This is the month to finally leave that behind. They're saying for a number of you, you've actually been in the process. You know how they were saying that you've wasted, we're not going to say wasted. We're going to say spent a year doing anything but leaving a toxic situation. Maybe bringing other parties in, partying, drinking, throwing yourselves into work. But you have done everything possible in your power to avoid ending this situation this past year. But it's time. And if you're a twin, it explains why, because this is the year of culminations for twins. Time to let that go. Now, for some of you, that's interesting. Huh. Okay. So we have enthusiasm that says, whatever I am most passionate about is the direction I follow. We've got trust. I know that God in his infinite wisdom and love is answering my prayers right now. We have heart chakra. And at the bottom that says, the answer that you seek is in your heart right now. Be open to giving and receiving. Then we have love yourself and expression. And this is all about, loving and appreciating yourself. This is all about speaking your emotions. You got blue everywhere. So, Sagittarius. Okay. So they're saying a large number of you have a divine love. You actually have a twin flame or a twin soul. Now, you are at a pivotal point that your twin is looking at other opportunities. I mean, we do have free will. But we're also, twins are mirrors of each other. So your twin thinks that you've moved on, maybe you have, and they're looking at or starting to do the same. It's a gift from God. You've spent the past year not closing, and everything happens at the right timing that it's meant to happen. So, don't beat yourselves up if you're like, okay, I haven't been able to release the ex. Because they're saying for some of you, you have wanted to release the ex. You've actually been frustrated because like this legal battle that you're going through with that person is taking forever. And that's because divine timing is at play. So, past year, this blessed new beginning has been delayed, has been stopped, has been avoided, has been dodged. Whatever the reason is, divine timing is at play. Many of you, though, it's because you're afraid, is what they're saying. You are so terrified. Holy shit, you might actually have your dreams come true. You might actually get what you want, but it terrifies you. The reason it terrifies you, they're saying, is because the toxic relationship that you are letting go of has made you close your heart. It's made you not feel worthy of love. And when it comes to twins, twins cannot come, because twins are one. They really are one. It's interesting. I like when I do readings for clients who are twins, I like to run them through a physical exercise, and they have no clue what I'm doing, but it blows their mind every time because they're like, what the heck? But it gives them physical confirmation that the person's their twin. They're really the same. He's you, you're him. You're him, he's you. You have this divine love. When twins don't love themselves, they can't come into union with their twin because, again, twins are one. So if you don't love yourself, your twin isn't going to come in and be loving all up on you. You have to love you to open up to love. So because of this toxic partner that you had, you have not been loving yourself. Now, again, your big lesson for this year is to come into loving yourself again. Come into remembering you are magnificent. You are amazing. You are a catch. But the other piece of that is opening up your heart. See how she's got her arms clasped in front of her? So you've got this divine love, but you haven't opened your heart to him or her. You're totally closed off. So what you need to do this month is you need to open your heart. And for some of you, you need to express how you feel. For some of you, you haven't communicated with this person. Some of you need to communicate with the person you're letting go of. Some of you actually, they're saying you need to end a relationship. You need to communicate that. Others of you, you need to communicate with your divine partner, with your twin. This is also about allowing ourselves to express and feel our emotions. Because you have had such a painful past with not loving yourself and closing yourself off, you've closed yourself off to emotions. And now you have this opportunity for like the storybook romance, but you're closed off to it. Some of you are closed off because the person you were in a relationship with in the past could not be trusted. There was infidelity, there was lying, there was deception, deceit. It was filled with problems. So that's, for some of you, why you're closed off to love. Because you're like, you know what? Women can't be trusted. Men can't be trusted. They're going to lie. They're going to do this. I can't count on them. That's not true. Especially if you're a twin. Twins can't lie to each other. Now, they won't have the conversations. They won't talk to each other. They won't open up and share those things because if they think it's going to upset the other person or hurt their feelings, then they'll just not say anything. But they cannot lie to each other. They just can't. It's how people, so for those of you that question, I don't know if this person's my twin. If they have lied to you, they are not your twin. Because twins do not lie to each other. Now, enthusiasm. You've got this woman over a baby. Some of you, they're saying you need to have enthusiasm for life, but this month. But what they're saying for most of you, because Sagittarius, you guys are fairly happy people. Even some of you, while you've been going through this storm, you've been finding, when you've, they're saying some of you, when you haven't thrown yourselves in work, you've been finding pleasure elsewhere. But they're saying for a number of you, you've always wanted to have a family. You value family. You're very close with your family. This is something that you have always desired. This is something that you have always wanted. However, because of things that have transpired with the person you had thought for a very long time, if not your entire adulthood, that you would build that with, you have given up on that dream. So what they're saying is in the month of December, it's time to revitalize that dream. You're going to be a mommy. You're going to be a daddy. You are going to have a life with someone that you can trust. Many of you already know who that person is. You're going to need to open up and communicate your feelings. You're going to need to let that wall down, chip down that wall that's blocked your heart, because they are worthy of your trust. So this month, focus on those things. Overcome your fear that's keeping you from doing those things, because if you're a twin, you have guaranteed success. Now, last three things, Sagittarius, we're going to wrap this up. I'm going to get some dinner. You have Archangel Michael. What? Oh, that's funny. So when I was shuffling cards earlier, you guys had already gotten this massive stack of cards. I was like, I am not taking any more cards. And there were these 4 cards that fell out. These. Yeah, they want you to see those. Okay, we'll put those there. So these 4 cards that fell out, I was like, no, I'm not taking that. Those are too many cards. I don't have time for this. And apparently nothing ever goes in these readings according to my plan and schedule. So you all are going to get to see those 4 cards here in a minute, because Archangel Michael said you're going to. Okay. You don't mess with Archangel Michael. So he's pretty fierce. Okay. Actually, Sagittarius, a lot of you are like Archangel Michael. They're saying that you don't realize that yet. And those of you that are twin flames, Archangel Michael's actually been guiding you. He's saying you have actually been noticing the color. It's like a really deep blue navy. It's almost heading into like a violet color. Kind of like a mix between the color on this card heading into that. But you have been noticing his color lately. And he said that the reason he's been showing you his color is because you need to understand that he is with you. And he is helping you. You need to understand that you are a twin flame. You need to understand that you have power. You need to be courageous. He is backing you. He is helping you. He is trying to get you to be courageous, to have those conversations, to take those action steps, to know that you will be successful. And that's why he's showing you his color. So if you have been noticing like you look up and you kind of notice that deep blue heading into purple color, pay attention to the signs, pay attention to the thoughts that were just in your head, because that's him trying to nudge you to try and help you. So you have 3 cards. The first one is explore your options. At the bottom, the prayer says, Dear God, thank you for your wisdom and love, helping me see, understand, and access all of my alternative options. Please guide me in the best direction for my health, happiness, and my life's purpose. So the option that you always thought that you were going to have this family with, that you were going to build this foundation with, that's not the best option for you. God's got a different plan. But you've got to be open to that other plan, because it's different than from what you envisioned. However, it is what's going to bring your dreams to fruition. Now, some of you, they're saying you've kind of gotten yourself in a little bit of a sticky pickle widget. They're saying that. You've complicated matters. Well, they're saying you complicate matters, but it's nothing that can't be undone and can't be fixed. Ask for some help. Prayer will help with this situation. And I need to turn so I can read it. Dear God and Archangel Michael and anyone else whom you pray, such as Jesus, I ask for your divine intervention. Describe the situation. I welcome your help and I trust and follow your guidance with gratitude and grace. I need a miracle and ask that you send one to me in this situation quickly. Thank you and amen. And the last one is this fear, Saggies. You've got to let your fear go. Let fear go now. So for many of you, now. Which is also part of why you're seeing his color. Because if you're a twin, we have a timeline. 2017 is the year we've got to let go of all of this junk that's held us back. And they're trying to help you with that. Prayer at the bottom is Archangel Michael, please help me feel safe and deserving of your guidance. Thank you for clearing me of heavy, toxic, or ego-based thoughts or feelings. Okay. Got a big ego. Okay. Now let's see. So these 4 cards, Saggies. Nature. Health. Think about it. And allow love. So you're going through this spiritual awakening, and you are more sensitive to other people's emotions. And you don't realize it. Okay, yeah, they're saying for many of you, you don't realize it. But you'll notice you're kind of like having a good day, and all of a sudden you're just kind of angry and irritated. When you go to events where there's a lot of people, you start to feel kind of spacey and kind of like ungrounded. And for some of you start picking up on their emotions, their anger, their frustration, negative thoughts. That is because many of you are twins, twin flames, you're empaths, you're light workers. You pick up on people's emotions. What that is doing is that's causing you more emotional turbulence. You have to get rid of that. Make sure you're asking for protection. Something else that you can do is to ground that energy, ground yourself. If you're here in North America, it's probably not the best time, but it's fastest, quickest way to go and ground yourself is to put your feet in the bare feet in the grass. If you can't do that, there are different stones. Just go to Google and Google, grounding stones. But there are crystals, stones that you can get that will help ground you. So make sure that you are wearing those and using those, and that will help clear other people's energy. Because you're already going through enough already. You don't need to add to it with other people's anger and turbulence and bring their storms onto yourself. And for others of you, you are going to get through this storm. You see how his arm's like pushing through it. So some of you, you're a twin flame. You're an angelic. You've got the power to push through this, to punch through this. Just do that this month. Health. They have the scales in the other 2 cards. It's time to bring your life into balance. They're saying for some, it's time to make some healthy choices this month. So for some of you, if you were being lured in by alcohol, drugs, sexual addictions, whatever it was, it's time to make healthy choices, healthy changes, things that are best for you, things that are going to tip the scale in your favor. Some of you have actually been worried about your health. They're saying it's spiritual stuff tied to it. So because of this, okay, so for some of you, we're going to get personal. Just think it gets even weirder when you have healing sessions with me. Then I get your super detailed personal stuff, but we just keep that between us because those are always confidential. But some of you, they're saying you're having like constipation issues. You're also having urinary issues. The reason you are having that is because you are not letting go of the ex, the partner, the person you're in the relationship with, the person you're supposed to be letting go of. More multiples, what? So for some of you, I guess there's a couple people, or okay, they're saying for some of you it's just 2 people. I was going to say 3 or 4. So some of you, there's a couple people that you need to let go of. So if we cannot let go of people, circumstances, behaviors, patterns, addictions, if we cannot let go of those things, what happens is it manifests physically in our body. So then we cannot let go of our feces. We cannot let go of our urine. We'll get urinary tract infections. We will get constipation. You could get hemorrhoids. I mean, so some of you, because they're saying for some of you, you're having those physical problems. Some of you are starting to have health issues compound. The reason you are having that is because you are not letting go. There's always some physical condition tied to every emotional thing and things that we experience. So think about it. But they're also saying this, think about it, is to think about the alternative options. God's heard your prayers. God is trying to answer your prayers. They're just going to be answered in a way that's different than what you anticipated. The plan you had isn't the best plan for you. God's going to trump that and deliver some miracles to you. For some of you, God has already actually delivered the miracle. You just refuse to receive it. Think about it. Think about it this month. And last, allow yourself to open up to love. Allow love in. Allow her in. Allow him in. For those of you that they've brought a divine love in for you, you need to allow that person in. So, hopefully that helps. And if there's anyone that has hung in this whole time, you deserve an award. I wish you all an amazing month, filled with lots of love, joy, blessings. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, Happy New Year. Let's all toast to 2018.